As we had last left it off, the party, having met Swam Hati in the August Sol, he declared that the monastery was going to go to war. The masters had mixed reactions to this, including that of Vaham. Verity had a chat with Vaham, got to understand his side of it a little bit better, to which he calmed down, and the next day he invited you guys to come and speak with him. There he proposed an arrangement with you. He was not too fond of the idea of going to war, but if it was going to happen, it was going to happen, and he was going to stand by his Grandmaster's side no matter what. But he also could not fathom as to why these strangers who appeared out of nowhere would, why he would make such a radical decision with such little time of knowing these people. Like, why was he so ready to jump the gun, especially for Otti? Not understanding this, he proposed the idea that you guys should work together, as when Swan would eventually pass away one day, he would then become the Grand Master, and if he so willed it, if you guys weren't prepared to help him, he would then just, if you were in the middle of the war, he would just take his monks and march them straight home. Eventually, he took him aside, explained to him that the reason why Suam showed her such favour is because she is in fact his granddaughter, to which he had a very closed off, disturbing reaction. He thanked her for her honesty and swiftly left the party, going inside his house, speaking to none of you on the way. Worried about this, the party went to go see Suam, who, from a cryptic word from Biham, asked about who Vidaj was, and Suwan told you that Vidaj was the former first master of the Grandmaster Petra, who was the Grandmaster before Suwan. The first master that he replaced when he returned from exile with Eleanor after working for many years to regain his position in the monastery. You guys were unsatisfied with this, still suspected duplicity or even treachery from Vihan, to which Suwan reassured you that Vihan was fully dedicated to the monastery, that he was a bit of a hothead, but he wouldn't do anything rash or anything like that. It just wasn't in his nature. That evening, you all returned to your particular dormitory. The sun is setting at the moment, so it's not dark. It's not dark time yet. However, Otti.
Lost the jack.
As long as it wasn't just me.
That was very sudden.
Didn't take long.
I wonder if he knows.
Is he still speaking?
No, there's no green circle.
Well, we normally wave at him, but because his camera's gone, I'm assuming
No, I was
all
going to
his...
say camera's gone, yeah.
Maybe he still heard us.
Yeah, like it's usually voice goes, camera stays. So we
Hear
have
me?
a signal. We can now.
Yeah.
Can hear
No, I heard you the moment you said that I cut off. I was like, what?
That you just completely dropped camera and everything.
Wow.
the camera's not on either.
No, I'm just turning it on now, but that was
Weird.
Matt. Anyway, so you guys returned to your dormitory, and Otti then took the time to explain the book that she had been given by Suwam as a gift. And that's where we had left it off. So, Otti has finished detailing the book and its contents to you. And there's a few minutes of silence as you will contemplate the information you have been given. To break the silence, Otti says she's going to leave you to discuss it all. She is going to go and spend the night with Bella, see if she's awake, and if she's awake, tell her the story as well. You can tell she's very excited about having learned this information. And she swiftly gathers up her things and leaves the dormitory, leaving the rest of you sitting around your open area with the larger coffee table in the center of the room, with cushions to sit on, candle lights lighting the immediate room. The sounds of people training far off into the distance, echoing just a little into the valley. You guys can see outside a window a brilliantly orange sunset. Swift breeze sort of sifts through the windowsill, or just hear the constant thrashing of the massive waterfall just beyond and out of sight. What do you guys like to do?
I mean, there's a lot of places that we could do with visiting from this book, but I think we're going to have to put a pin in them all for now. I'm very concerned as to why they stopped to burn down a forest. It sounds like there may have been another life tree there. That was my first thought. If there'd still be anything of value there now after they burned it so long ago, who knows? But it may be worth investigating.
I mean, it speaks a lot of the allies that were gathered, that some might remain. Not all were killed.
Even fought alongside your favourite people at one point.
I don't know. I wasn't listening to that part of the book. I cannot comment.
La 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 la.
Yeah. No. I would never do such a thing. No, truly honest.
I just can't get my head around the sheer numbers. I thought we had amassed a decent amount of people, and just reading the numbers, we've barely got enough just to cover one of their armies.
True.
Barely even a battle at this point.
Yeah.
We have lots more work to do. But the having the monks will definitely help us.
I hope so.
The orcs and the goblin, or not the orcs, the hobgoblins, goblins and ogres would certainly bolster our ranks.
If we can prove ourselves to them.
I mean, what's one village, town, city to us and our incredible might? A jest, obviously. Vorod will be no easy task, I'm sure.
No, but from what I've heard of what's happening at Vorod, it should be a good place to try and stop such things happening. Not only will it weaken them, but it's less of people potentially that are on our side going to their death and torture and slaughter and God knows what else is going to that godforsaken town.
Eternal torture?
I mean, that doesn't sound like fun.
No, I can't imagine it's very fun for me father either. We might yet find further dwarves there after I raided Philly Durzan. You never know.
In character, is this not the first time you've actually mentioned your father being there?
No.
I think we knew about his dad. We don't know about his mum.
Correct.
My bad. Okay.
Yeah, I've scryed a couple times. Most I've let people know. The last time I didn't. That was the one when he was unconscious.
Well, are we going to make Vorod a target as soon as we're done here? Is that our next destination, do we think?
I'd certainly be inclined, but that's a personal reason.
I mean, personal or not, it will definitely benefit us if we can take Vorod from their hands.
Absolutely, it's just whether we're going to be able to. That's the only... There's a difference between potentially storming a prison and rescuing a lone man, and...
Remember the map, Verity? I don't think so. Like, there's some that were close-ish, but none that were, like, directly there.
Your aunt would be in the lands where the campaign known as the Liberation of Farmers took place, Verity.
I was going to say, like, bottom left because she was just north of Oakenheath.
Hmm.
You've also then got the one that was... Fuck, it's so small. That's what she said.
That is what she said.
Open original, there we go. The Rossay's Last Stand is kind of that's the second closest one, and then you are pretty much in Vara territory then. So 2-ish battles. I mean, there's certainly a lot more to do. I've note what we should do for now. Really. This all seems like things we can do in the future. As Rennas says, a bit of a checklist. Who remains, who doesn't, places we don't
We
even know
only
of
ever
yet.
seem to add things onto this checklist. We never actually managed to get things ticked off.
It's ironic. Aye.
We managed to get Mal Tokyo ticked off by adding like
Yes.
8 things on the way.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're in the process of picking Mel Tokyo off. And this,
Yeah.
Mel Tokyo was added to the list literally a year ago outside of game time.
I think we've kind of changed one hand for another. What with yes, we've got Mel Tokyo kind of semi almost off of the list, and then we've just agreed to liberate some devils in one of the layers of hell from a potentially fallen angel.
Yeah.
So tit for tat. Again, what's just a fallen angel and hordes of devils to our list of to-dos.
Allies, I guess. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. Does anybody else just feel extremely overwhelmed? Like, I felt so confident before reading this and just seeing it all and reading it all and just seeing how this book glorifies our relatives. I suddenly feel like I've got massive... Like, don't get me wrong, she was a human and I am a halfling, and like literally as well as metaphorically now. I've got much bigger shoes to fill. Thank you for laughing at my joke, Rich. That makes me feel better.
Laughed at your joke before you even said it. You
Yeah,
just gotta fake it until you make it. Just stuff your shoes with socks, with like extra socks and extra paper. Job done. That's all we got to do now. We just got to pretend we know what we're doing until we get to a stage where we know what we're doing.
Feign the confidence and like literally fake it till we make it. Cool.
One thing I don't know if it's entirely accurate or it's been malattributed. So near the end of the book, it mentions that Arganeth then called upon an ancient power, which turned most of his demonic army into ash. He utilized this power to lay waste to the vast majority of Windward's armies in an instant. An estimated 4 in 5 soldiers were caught in this spell, and they were drained of life and blood. Suffering terribly in their last moments, Oathsworn Balasar is presumed to have been killed in this attack, but his body was never discovered like many others. At the height of this terrible power, Cain unleashed his own powerful spell. Accounts suggest the knights were unable to injure Arganeth, so Cain was able to imprison Arganeth away. I know
I suppose you left your
that
little family heirloom of how to do that.
I mean, and I just pull out the Infinity Staff. Kind of.
It's
I thought you
Even
used
though-
up that power fighting the Trask.
even though the staff is depleted of power, it still has a presence about it.
It's on recharge. But what's described in that book and what the spell requires are awfully alike.
Gonna put out there my biggest concern from that paragraph is the fact that we know that what's his face is alive, or at least feigned alive. We've seen him.
What's
And
his
the
face?
fact that the knight that you just mentioned, wasn't he the one who stood at the king's side?
Balasar.
He's one of the knights.
George that was
George.
by his
No,
side. George was the one that looked all
you're
dead.
thinking of Bellius.
Ah,
Oathsworn
okay.
Bellius.
Okay.
Someone
There we go.
replaced Balasar. I think it was George that replaced Balasar.
Fair. Like, in my head, I was like, crap, there's an army of undead things somewhere. But that was
Well, this is actually pretty common knowledge, but by the end of the war, there was only one Oathsworn left. Oathsworn Durinor. All the other oaths. There were two other Oathsworns that were alive by the time when the Archive fell, but they were killed by your grandparents the night they assassinated Raziel.
Mm.
They were Oathsworns Hermiod and Freyr.
I might be thinking of Edgar replacing Bellius then as the head of the Knights. Maybe.
So, go ahead and make a history check. In that regard.
Oh, I thought we learned that in.
Oh no, this is in regards to the history of the knights.
Bonk.
It's not too bad.
Pretty piss. What were you going to say, Verity?
I just wanted to ask Jack, in chapter 7, there's a bit where it says that Argoneth was brainwashing races that were more in tune to the primal energies of the weave. Is that something Verity would be concerned about, or is that...
Yeah.
Well, that's what we discussed with Ashoshka, wasn't it? Because Ashoshka said that's what happened to her and her mate, that they got overtaken and that they were actually fighting on the side of Argoneth. But she believed that they wouldn't work again.
Free. Yeah. Now that they know what happened the last time, they wouldn't have let it happen again.
But I didn't know it was because of her closeness to the weave, but, like, being a sorcerer, I have pretty much a primal connection to the weave, so...
Yes.
I guess Verity's just going to start panicking about getting brainwashed and starting to think of, like, ways to mitigate that.
Yeah, there are... there were... I mean, this is pretty common knowledge, but the Tieflings sided with Argoneth during the war. Some did it out of willingness because they hated how they were treated. Others because they were connected with an infernal legacy. Argoneth...
Verity just disconnected, so you'll want to backtrack.
When Tieflings allied with them, some of them did it out of willingness to change the world because they didn't like how they were being treated by regular people, and others did it because their bloodline was turned against them by Argoneth through a demonic ritual. Many others who are connected to the weave, the primal forces, were made to serve against their will. To which some of them were pardoned after the war, many of them weren't, and that discrimination has lasted to this day.
Cool, no doubt. Yeah, that's all I wanted to know. Don't think I'll bring that up yet.
You don't know the specifics of it, but you do know just from... This is fairly commonish knowledge that after the war, Oathsworn Bellius, at the time, Knight Bellius did become the head of the Knights, and he ruled for... he was head of that order for well over a decade until he was replaced.
Okay. Looks like we've got some allies we need to make then, really. Any nearby?
Well, I mean, we're working on getting the monks on board, which, I mean, I know they're joining us now, but they've still got to go through the Beltokian Council.
Our Rakshasa friend said there'd be a portal. That's close by. It would be in the warehouse.
Well, he said we'd need to learn the spell first, which Verity is near to doing, but not quite. And in return, he would provide us with the tuning fork to be able to get there. So not quite. We're a wee bit off. but it's near, technically, for all intents and purposes. What were you going to say as well, Jack? You were going to say like 4...
For all intents and purposes, when Sawam took the monastery to war against Argoneth, they numbered a few thousands. That number has since grown exponentially. There's
True.
when they're finalized, you'll have about 9,000 monks on your side.
Only they were all as strong as Swarm, we could end this war today.
If only you were that lucky, eh?
Feeling they may be more hunk manners, but in monk form. Decent, but a little bit squish. Hopefully not torn to pieces with a hand still in Verity's.
Oh, Hunk Manners was a guard. These are actual trained warriors. They will theoretically run ribbons around the common soldiery.
Good. That means they're less squishy than hunk manners.
I think Hunk only had like... I think he only had like 30 HP, to be honest.
Oh, little baby soldier.
Yeah, so that obviously when he went up against Edgar, who does on average like 50 damage per strike, he didn't stand much of a chance.
Yeah, not gonna lie, it's getting more and more tempting. I'm sorry, Verity. It's getting more and more tempting to get the thing that Leslie got for Bella, which like increases your HP by 50 or whatever, just because I'm a squish.
Do you mean the tough feat?
Yeah.
It's just 2 per level.
Oh, no point then.
But it backtracks as well, so...
Yeah, back to like... Your current level is 14, I think. You go up to 15, you would instantly gain like 15 HP, and then some, I think.
Pretty much. Tough is a very good feat.
So
I'm kind of curious to hear if Russ has any thoughts on this, or if Fiona doesn't really know much of the book. As you said, you haven't had a chance, then that's fair enough.
To be honest, I'd say Russ is probably like a little out of his depth just now. Yeah, he was quite confident being, a soldier in the battle he was fighting for years and stuff among the men he knew and all that kind of stuff. And then it was a few days ago that this past was sprung on him by Suam, and he had no idea of his ancestry. He probably didn't know very much about the war because his parents were very hush-hush about the past. Like, I didn't know why I had been exiled. So, all in all, he's kind of a bit floored by all of this, I think. But, yeah, Fiona is also a bit floored by all of this, because it's, I'm particularly bad with names of people and places and stuff like that. So, a lot of it, I don't even know if it's familiar to me or not, so...
Russ, in regards to Verity's question, you have your old squad buddies, your old platoon that you used to fight with. I mean, the company that you were part of that was stationed against the Frost Giants, they were decent people. They were miserable that they were cold all the time, but they weren't bad people. So that's something you can do.
Yeah.
You also know of another entity, could be a potential ally.
Would the rest of us be able to see kind of just the look of rabbit in headlights on Russ's face?
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of like I'm there upside down on a beanbag, just kind of look over at him. A lot to take in, isn't it?
Yup. I have to say, I didn't realize how much this would be and how fast. It's
Picture on a puke.
Would say you get used to it. You don't. It's
It just
been
goes
a while.
up. Just goes up. The last thing we fought with relative difficulty was the fucking Tarrasque.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, though, you're now one of 7 that's going through this. So you're not alone. Like, whatever comfort that may give you.
Believe it or not, that helps.
I'm glad.
But
Thank
it sounds like we have a lot of planning to do. There's a lot gonna be happening, and we need to figure out where we are and how we contribute.
Oh, one sec. I don't know whether he knows that you're here, and I don't know how many things you're attuned to. But I will give Russ one of the amulets of proof against detection, because I feel like he's got a lot more to scry on you than he would do on any of us. Edgar likes to try and find us most mornings. He hasn't for a little while, but just in case. And I'll give one of the ones that I bought to Russ.
That would be great.
Is it amulet of what? Sorry, again, sorry.
Amulet of proof against detection. It's one of the ones I bought in the Fox's Cannon.
That's right. Yeah. Hidden magic.
Has Russ told us about his brother? Yeah.
So I told people about my brother when it was during the first session. I think it was
Oh yeah.
when you mentioned Edgar Talion. I was like, that rings a bell. My brother associates with him, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it would be a bit rough because obviously Russ has like a good relationship with his brother before Edgar kind of came between them and the whole kind of insanity that followed with that. But then I think he might also be a bit doubtful about the allegiance of his men. Would they tend to follow this brother Ruber through anything, or would they also have their wits about them and be like, let's not trust this Talion guy? And yeah, who knows? Well, the DM knows, not me.
Well, from the common soldier's perspective, Edgar Talion is a hero, a well-respected knight, a beacon of heroism and honesty throughout all of Windward.
Okay.
They also know that the knights are a highty-tighty bunch, and they do have a bit of an ego problem. As in, knights do often kind of boss people around. So the company that you were in actually belonged specifically to the king. But you are aware that many forms of the army are broken up into subsections and are assigned to knights themselves to be led as companies. You were not assigned to a company of a knight, but when your brother became a knight, he was given a complement of 50 soldiers. Some of them were people who you had served with, and they were like, why is he my boss now, sort of thing.
Okay.
I was just curious, how is your brother skilled? What if you were to give him a class? What would you say it would be?
Probably closer to like an Eldritch Knight type thing. I'd say almost all straight fighter with a little bit of spellcasting from our elven mother. But
Bloody Eldritch Knights are a nightmare.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the right thing. It might be more of a multi-class thing, but definitely, Russ was the one who was more sort of talented with magic and healing stuff, bard stuff, and Ruber was the one who was more just like straight army commander.
Okay, just curious because if he had magics and knew where you were and was able to pop up out of somewhere. I just wanted to be aware if that was a thing that he could probably do, but doesn't sound like it, so we should be good.
Yeah, Ruber isn't wasn't too keen on the magic side of things. He was better with a sword.
Good to know.
However, as I don't know how close he has got to this Talion guy, but it does concern me that things are evolving. Cheers, Arri, for the amulets. I'll put that on as soon as possible, I think.
Anything that can help us.
I have a bunch of drow drugs. Does anyone want any?
Like, to be fair, it's tempting. But the last time I took
Last time I
drugs,
took
I
them.
saw some very strange things.
One last
Like
blowout
what?
before the war.
Yeah. I have the drow
them on
vision
battle
orbs.
Sorry, I just got the image of Rennas swooning around the floor again in my head.
I stole so much gold that night. If I ever catch the bastard that stole it back from me, I'm going to be really annoyed.
But the thing is, in Arri's head, it was Bella. Bella just appeared out of nowhere, swimming around the floor. Because you were serving me pints, apparently. Oh.
Oh, that was a fun session.
Yeah. Rennas and I are the ones who will do the dodgy things. So we've taken mushrooms together, and we have taken
Right.
drow drugs together. Because it's...
I believe
Korgrin
Korgrin is a
took
practitioner
mushrooms.
of mushrooms as well.
And he saw God!
Like I was going to
Yeah.
say, yeah, I went on a bender, which I can't remember. Rennas completely blacked out. And yeah, Korgrin saw God. Because I haven't
There
been
was a
able to find any
5%.
mushrooms like that since.
Oh, you gotta go. You have to go near faith in realms. Yeah, there was a 5% chance he was going to cast divination instantly, and he got that fucking 5%. It was ridiculous.
And then I
Moradin
immediately
was
asked
surprised.
for, the back of the book, upside down cheat codes for the path to the Frost Gates.
So, as you guys discuss this, before the sun has truly set, you hear a small rap on the front slidey door that leads out into the hallway of the monastery.
M&M's at the door, someone should get it.
Yes,
Fine,
Korgrin.
I'll forget. Fucking... I did this last time, and Vihan's fucking shitty man was there, so... Hello, how can I help?
The last time you went to the door, it was actually Verity.
We'll wait for Verity to come back.
That wasn't the door, that was the window.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
So, as you open the door, Korgrin, you see River on Mountain standing there.
Ah, good, so I was right to look up then. Fantastic.
Hi. Are you guys busy?
Are we busy? I don't think we're busy. We're not busy,
Does
are we?
existential crisis count as
Yes.
busy?
I love how we both went to say that then.
Does anyone want some tea?
Has
No.
it got
That's
tea
really
in it?
No, definitely not.
Not from you, I'm sorry, River.
Oh, it's okay. I get it.
I'll
Um,
oblige. At least only one of us will pass out.
Well, it's a tea.
I've taken the
meant
cup.
Specifically, she doesn't have any tea. She's
Oh.
going to make some.
And be my guest. I'll take a cup.
Korgrin's just gone insane drinking an imaginary cup. What's wrong with him?
It's the mushrooms.
Looks like he needs the anti-madness tea.
Or do you double
Um,
down on the madness?
So she looks awkward and walks in. She comes over to where the rest of you are currently sitting / laying / standing, doing whatever really. She looks at you all and she says, "Are you guys very tired?"
What have you done this time?
No, I haven't done anything. Things come up. I was wondering if you wanted to come with me.
I'm not physically tired, so I guess I could come. Just don't ask me to think. Like, the brain is gone.
What kind of
Thinking
thing?
Some hill giants have moved in quite close to some of our rice paddy farmers. I was going to go ask them to leave. Do you guys want to back me up?
Sounds like a plan to me.
We're talking about allies. Could we summon the hill giants?
Well, they're not particularly clever hill giants, so
Nor of any of the
Well-
other giants we've met, Ben.
We don't need them to be clever. We need them to be strong and to fight with us.
well, if that's what you want to try and ask them, does anybody speak giant?
I look
Oh, I
towards
think-
Korgrin. Ooh.
I do actually.
Maybe you could have a chat.
Otti does.
I'm glad we can converse in giant.
Well, they respect big things. I know that much.
That can probably.
So
be
Arri should
right.
be our diplomat. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm tiny and do not speak giant. Perfect
Or
sense.
or we could be three descendants in a
kobolds.
trench coat.
3 kobolds in a trench coat. I'm all for it.
To be fair, if we pinched one of Bella's jackets, maybe just put us under that, we would probably get away with it.
I mean, don't you guys have some form of magic that can make you seem bigger?
I don't. But what is the biggest thing that's humanoid shape in this place?
Maybe like an orc?
As in an actual humanoid, or just humanoid shape?
Or like a statue or something?
The biggest statue you have seen in Mel Tokyo is the statue of Suwan Pati, which is about nearly 50 feet high.
That's
And that was
too
in the
big.
center of the town.
Because I'm thinking an animate object spell. Because the only thing I have that could change is polymorph, but then you wouldn't be able to talk, so it's like...
The biggest statue you have seen has been about 12 feet in the monastery.
I mean, if I
They might
remember
not
right,
appreciate you
animating this shit.
bringing an ancient traditional statue to life.
I mean,
It only be for a minute, but I get their point.
We'd be respectful-ish.
That's not respectful at all.
I don't know if potions change anything, but I'm pretty sure we've got potions of giant strength. We've got hill and we've got stone in the bag of holding. Don't know if they make it bigger, but they make it equal.
I mean, I'm very good at sneaking around. We could scare them off.
No, we wouldn't want to do that.
I mean, they're not very intelligent, so if we just make it seem scary, then they might want to move on.
I mean, the priority is getting them away from the paddy fields, to be fair. So yes, that might be an option.
I-
If we can get them on board, happy days. But let's not let these fine people lose some food.
No, exactly. It's
Always
just
try and
a-
convince them that we're so
I mean-
compact because we're super strong.
They haven't hurt anyone yet, so if we could avoid bloodshed doing this, that's fine. But from what some of the students said, there's 7 of them that are being led by someone with, one of them is wearing clothes which signifies some form of intelligence. The rest of them are your typical hill giant, walking around with great clubs and loincloths and just eating anything.
Let's have a look, see, shall we?
All right then. Go grab your stuff, and I'll meet you outside. And turns around and leaves the place.
I have my deck of illusions. It's just I run a risk of pulling out a succubus instead of something that's giant related. It doesn't do
Succubus
damage
is also
or anything.
equally enticing, I'm sure, to a giant.
It's just it's something we can try if you wanted. It could be something that scares them. I'll look through it and just be I've got a couple things. What is an etin?
Something
Etin
that's
is
just
a
a
two-headed giant.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I've got a red dragon in here. So, you know. Like, it could be something like that that scares them away. It could also be a double of me, which will do nothing. But, yeah. Just, I don't know, something that we can try if we want to try and scare them. Or if I get lucky enough to get a giant one, we can... Do any of you have thaumaturgy? Then we could send your voice into my illusion.
I have message. Doesn't help, does it?
No, message only really goes to one person, I'm pretty sure.
Like, this is obviously on the off chance that I do pull a giant-related thing from my deck.
I'm wondering if thaumaturgy can technically just make you bigger. Albeit not
No,
permanently.
It just makes you sound bigger.
Well, that's the thing, it does a bunch of stuff. Like, it is quite versatile.
It
But
doesn't make you grow. A
no, it would be it'd be the illusion of growing kind of
Yeah.
thing. The illusion of being bigger. But that's kind of
Yeah,
by the
no.
by.
One of the following magical effects in range. So your voice moves up to 3 times as loud, causes flames to flicker, bright and dim, harmless tremors, instantaneous sound that originates from your choice, like thunder, cry, raven, ominous whispers. You can cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut, and you can alter the appearance of your eyes. So, whilst there's a lot to thaumaturgy, it's still limited in what it can do, as it is just a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they are like impressed by strength and shit, because I assume if they like, are impressed by tall things, is because they're impressed by strength. Maybe get the strongest one of us to take that potion of for strength, and arm wrestle match or something.
I think with Otti seeing Bella, I think that falls on your humble cleric, who happens to be one of the shorter
really
members.
True.
That's how you unlock things. You just break them.
I mean,
of course.
Verity, you are proficient in athletics thanks to the power that Grace was.
That just evens it out. It's just.
But if you took that potion, your strength would go exceptionally massive.
I've only got a +5. That's it. It's only my proficiency bonus in there.
But if you took the potion of Frost Giant Strength, your strength then becomes 23, doesn't it?
Depends on the potion, but yes.
Okay.
It sets it to that.
I'm just going to throw this out there. That I also have proficiency in athletics with my pitiful +1 to strength. But because I have proficiency in it, I then can't roll below a 10. So with the hill giant strength as well, which would be +6, I'd have a +11, a minimum of 21 for every athletics roll. Just throwing it out there.
I was thinking, rolling off the 3 of us in a trench coat idea, I could summon.
You guys approach this however the fuck you want.
I think of that. I could summon. What's it called?
Again.
Hand of Steve?
Dead wild magic. No, the floating disc.
Tensor's floating disc.
Yeah, and then have a giant cape around it, so then I could just float you up a little bit higher. You won't be able to move very fast.
That's not a bad plan. I
think
can see that working.
That is too smart for a giant, because then they would say, well, go pick up that boulder, and suddenly 2 teeny tiny hands appear out of this trench coat, and it's like, well, that's not very strong. Those hands are tiny.
I think you're overthinking it. I mean... Oh, there's something that I wanted to do, but I forgot.
But if they can't physically see the strong thing, that's what I'm saying. They're so stupid that they've reverse engineered smart.
But something that I wanted to do in our last fight, but I completely forgot, is that I could twin spell Arcane Hand and then have 2 giant hands.
Or I know it. I can also do an Arcane Hand.
We can have 3 giant hands!
I think you can only move one as a bonus action, however.
Yeah, but like I would still have the 2 to look fancy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Juggling counts as a bonus action on each turn, so you just hoop, other hand, grab, hoop, other hand,
If you had
grab.
if you got action surge as a fighter, then you with the action surge you could move both in one turn.
Don't tempt me, Jack.
It's
Jack.
only 2 levels.
What did you use your action surge for? So I could juggle with my giant hands.
Well, you know, because you get the extra bonus action, don't you? So you know,
I could like
just saying.
punch. But then I would have to ask you, can I do it so I could use forceful hand from opposite directions to like literally crush them in between fists?
Yeah, you'd have to obviously roll both attacks separately, but
Oh, that would be so cool.
Anyway,
like
I think
it is cool. We have to apply the mechanics, so
yeah. I think we'll grab some shit from the bag, and then we'll make our way when we're ready. So we'll take the potions just in case. I reckon. I mean, what better time?
OT's left the bag of holding in the dormitory, so.
Yeah, any prep anyone wants to do? Any spells? Because we haven't really cast any today, so.
Spells.
This isn't a new date, is it?
No.
No, this is the end of the day that you just went through. So, like, you saw Vihan and Suam earlier today.
Okay.
Now we're at the end of the day. So.
No chance to get a long rest, so certain someone can change their spells for a certain enlarge and reduce spell.
Probably not. No, we're not going to be waiting like 8 hours, I imagine.
Yeah.
No,
River on Mountain's out there, like, tapping her foot, going, "It's been 5 hours.
I
3 people have died."
It's just like, I said I was going to wait out here. I didn't think they were going to take 10 minutes. I would have actually made a cup of tea.
I'll just say to the party, so we agree. We're first seeing them as allies, and be prepared if things go downhill.
I think priority 1 is definitely get them away from, here. And if we can make allies in doing so, we ought to try.
Agreed.
I pull at least one of my cards when we get there. Like, I haven't used it yet, and it's been in my pocket, and...
If things go Pete Tong, you have permission.
Fine. Like, I don't know why I need permission from you, but fine, I guess I see the sense.
Finally, a peace accord between giant and man. Egad, a dragon. Flee, my giant friends. And they're like, "No, we must fight. Eat dragon." It's like, it's not real. Like remember telling that fucking stone giant that the upside wasn't actually a dream place and it was a real place with consequences?
And then we just left him down there anyway.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's doing now.
He's having a fun adventure.
He got buried under rocks.
Should you ever go back to Ilharavel, or what remains of it, you will learn what happened to... Can't even remember his fucking name, actually.
Grog?
No.
It was one of them. I mean, I'll have to cycle back through a lot of stuff.
Korgrin, prepare your best hill giant jokes, because I have a feeling they might respond well to humour.
Also, my thought behind picking giant as Russ's extra language was the the ongoing battle with the frost giants and stuff like that, and I figured there would have been negotiations and reasons like that to speak giant, but then I don't know if he'd be any better at actually negotiating with them.
Do you know any in giant puns?
Probably. I don't know if they're any good though.
Let's go bud.
Well, Russ, you have dealt with giants enough to know that they actually have a sophisticated hierarchy system. And hill giants are generally seen as the bottom of the hierarchy. So the strongest hill giant will always follow orders from another giant of a higher of a higher hierarchy.
Okay.
Do we know any giants? Other than...
You know, stone giants.
How hard do you think it would be to get them here?
They were
We
buried.
met what's his face?
Oh, okay, never
The
mind.
fortune teller Slum.
Oh yeah, he was wearing the suit. There were a couple of giants.
Oh,
Oh, no,
sorry,
they were
Ross,
ogres.
bless
I
you.
think.
So yeah, they basically respond to the bigger
Okay.
you are, that means obviously the more important you are. So in order, it goes hill giant, fire giant, then stone giant, and then the frost giants, which is what you've dealt with. Cloud giants are very rare, and storm giants are generally quite mythical. There's not been any like sighting of a storm giant in Windward for many generations.
Which means there's probably one somewhere.
You'll have to look at the highest peaks, I think, where the storms are.
Not like we're going to be going there anyway.
Why you gotta laugh like that?
I mean, we are going there because of the fucking like silver dragon, because of like, so and so's dad.
Reichstag's
father.
dad.
That's it. I knew his name's tied with R, but
Off to see
Yes.
of Otterdrex. That is the name, isn't it?
Yeah, Evotatrix.
I don't know why I tried to scratch my brain over it. I've literally got it fucking written down in my notes. True smooth brain moment right there. Become the giant, apparently.
But yeah, if Russ
God.
shares that knowledge, I'll be like, got a frost giant in here. Got a 1 in 25 chance.
We could always summon the Kraken. No, I'm
Extreme.
kidding. Or the Garistro.
That seems a little bit of overkill for a couple of hill giants.
I pity the Garistro in that instance.
But yeah, so we got the potion. If we don't anything else, should we make a move
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
to see what's going on?
Okay, so gathering your things, you make your way outside to a very patiently waiting on mountain, who has assumed the lotus position on the floor. She's like, oh, okay. She steps up and begins leading you away. She leads you through the now relatively familiar halls of the monastery, downwards and downwards and downwards, and so then you make your way onto the outskirts of the outside of the monastery itself, just on the cusp of the cherry blossom forests. Now you're at the very base of the casts. You make your way over several bridges that connect the multiple rivers that extend from the massive waterfall. And so eventually you leave the cherry blossom forest themselves and start making your way towards some more of the farms and the patties and such, the rice fields, effectively. There are still a few people that work out even at this time, as there's still maybe about 30 minutes of sunlight left. The people bow respectively towards river or mountain. She bows back. Some of them offer, little knickknacks, enchantments, like folklore sort of stuff. She respectfully declines and urges them to give it to somebody who they care about as a more thoughtful gift. And so eventually she leads you into a nearby forest, much more open and kind of bright like forest. She continues onwards. There are multiple clearings in these forests. And so eventually, after about another 15 minutes or so, you come to a specific rice paddy, which doesn't look too good. Like, it doesn't look like people are screaming or crying or if there's been any death here, but there is a nearby building that has clearly been heavily damaged, as if something's just walked straight through it and broken it. You can see a lot of the field is been trampled up by just massive lumbering feet that just walked around, really. A lot of areas looks like a massive hand just scooped into like just a pile of mud and been picked up for whatever reason. So there's a lot of destruction, but it's not carnage, shall we say. River looks around at all of it and says, well, this is where the reports came from. Nobody died. The giants aren't particularly fast, so everybody was able to run away quickly. Last I heard, they were going that way. And she points a little bit more to the north.
Can
Do
I
you guys
check
Yep.
the tracks? Because there was the...
About to ask the same thing as a ranger.
I mean,
she
yeah,
wants to make
but
a survival roll.
survival, but then I don't know what your survival is. It's just mine's a wisdom thing. Just to see, because there's the hill giants, and then there's the one that's wearing clothes. If that's like different,
Yeah.
like oh, these
Go ahead
are
and make a,
hill giant tracks, and that's a stone giant or a fire giant. Yeah.
Go ahead and make a survival roll.
What's your pluses, Arri?
Well, you can both make
imagine-
one.
Yours may be more than mine. Mine's only a +7.
+8, so tit for tat.
We'll both go for it.
Mm,
Where
both-
are we? Are we in a forest?
You're on the outskirts of a forest, like
So
in a
the
clearing
tracks
where
are into the forest.
Yes.
Can I have my advantage then, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So between the both of you, Korgrin and Arri, you're easily able to determine numbers. The report was accurate. You can determine that there are about 7 sets of footprints here. One of the particular footprints is not bare feet like the rest of them. It's maybe sandals or some form of footwear that just sort of protects the feet, which signifies perhaps somebody a little more different than the rest. And
Oh,
because
no.
you just
Go on.
and just because you made the DC on it, Arri, there is another set of footprints here that seems to be moving in tandem with the giants. But this one is much, much smaller. Size of a humanoid footprint.
Stand back up from inspecting the footprint. I'll just explain to everyone, like, they're not alone. There's something with them.
Just
River-
Is that thing? Is that with them, or is that maybe someone else that's tracking them, or what?
Gonna
No,
say,
it's
River.
same time.
Gonna say, if River sent anyone. Does River know if the monastery sent anyone to keep an eye on them or anything like that?
Oh no, I was I was the person that volunteered to do this, and I said, I'll take care of it. And I thought you guys pretty damn awesome, so don't have to worry about you.
Thanks, bless you.
Listen,
Just out of interest, are you capable of taking on like 2 hill giants on your own?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've never
Make a
tried
mental
it.
note not to fuck about with Villa.
I mean, she does look. She's one of the only people in the monastery that's passed the trials solo, so she is capable at what she does.
Or is she exactly the kind of woman you want to fuck around with? Turn you into pretzel kind of fuck around with.
Oh my god! Now I'm just imagining
Yeah, fair.
Korgrin and River on Mountain. Like,
The beard covers everything. It's its own censor bar.
Well, Korgrin is looking for a nice lady to take his mind off the last lady he found.
We don't talk about the last lady.
You just clearly like pain. Like, gone from the last lady and wanted to be turned into a pretzel by this one.
No.
You got issues.
Clearly, he
You're
just
too good
enjoys.
for him, River. Don't fall for it.
Wait, what?
Pay them no
What?
heed. Worry not. Let's go about finding your giants. And Korgrin just...
I'll just whisper to her, like, let's just say the last time was a bit of spiders and a bit of poison.
Mm.
I mean, that's fine, but he's not woman enough for me.
What do you mean, Korgrin's a beautiful bearded woman?
Dwarven women have beards too.
Allegedly.
I just assumed you were a woman the whole time.
You assumed. Yet to be disclosed.
So, what would you guys like to do?
We're tracking.
Yes, follow these footprints, I think.
Okay.
Right, like, do the people here
so-
need help? Is there, like you said, that no one died? Is there anyone that's injured that might need help before we go?
No, like I said, everyone got away. No one hurt. They just damaged the buildings. But we'll send some students down to get that fixed up as soon as the area is clear and safe.
Did they see any humanoids with the giants? Because it looks like there's one either with them, or to be fair, as Rennas said, they could be very, very close behind.
No, nobody reported any person or people with the giants. Just reported giants.
Okay. Shall we follow?
Right,
Aye.
well,
Sounds good.
I'll follow you guys on this one. You know what you're doing.
We're off to see some giants that have trampled some
Rice.
rice. Yeah.
Go, Arri Ranger!
Buildings.
Yeah, follow the tracks then.
So, you follow the tracks onwards. Now, the sky is starting to become like a navy dark blue. It's getting a little colder as well. Like, not so cold that you need to wrap up, but like, it's like, if you breathe out heavily, you'll see a little bit of breath on the air. And as you continue onwards, I want, since Korgrin and Arri are taking the lead on this, can you both make perception checks, please?
If it's
I see
getting
tree.
dark enough, can I pop on my night vision goggles?
Yeah, I mean, it's dim light at the moment, so...
Okay, well, I'll say then that when it does get dark enough, I'll pop them on.
Arri, your ears keenly pick up ahead sounds of small, thunderous booms. Like multiple large thuds in succession of each other.
I assume it doesn't sound like footprints. It sounds like making then or something.
Footprints? Maybe it's something really, really heavy falling over repeatedly? You can't tell.
I've just got an image of them. You know the punch bags that you can get which kind of hit the floor and then bounce back at you? I just got them doing that in my head now, which is just great. Yeah, I'll just say what I hear. Like, there's a lot of thuds coming up from it. It doesn't quite sound like walking. They're doing something. I'm not quite sure what. Saying that though, like, they're moving away from the rice fields. Isn't that what we were meant to do?
I mean, aye,
Unless
but there's the chance they can die.
unless they're setting up a lair in the area, in which case it's not going to be safe. I think it's just best if we just ask them to move on. I know that there's a small pond ahead where they might be setting up shop there, looking for fish.
It could be sounds of making, to be fair. Like, I guess let's go check it out if everyone's cool to keep going.
Yup.
Yeah.
Right, how would you guys like to proceed? Do you just want to travel on normally? Do you want to approach with caution, or do you want to hurry?
I'll
Want me
cast
to
Pass
sneak ahead
Without
of you
Trace.
guys? Okay, or sneak with you guys?
I was going to say,
Sorry.
like, sneaking up is just to see what they're doing first. Then we could just announce ourselves if we want to. Just better to see than march in, I guess.
Yeah, if Rennas wants to go ahead and have a look, because it saves me a spell slot, and if he sees what we need to see, then...
Yeah, I'll have a little sneak up ahead then.
I give you a.
Well, River will go with you. She says, "Well, I'm glad it's a little dark. I'll be right behind you, okay, Rennas?"
Roger, Roger.
With that, she takes a step back into a bit of a shadow of a tree, and she disappears from view.
Damn, she's good.
It's alright, you're better, and I slap your ass and give you guidance.
"27, not bad. She rolled 30. But she doesn't. Well, she had advantage, so.
Yeah. The invisible part helps.
During combat, I'd have advantage too, to be fair.
So, Rennas, you hurry on ahead. Moving through your bushes, barely making a noise as you go. And eventually, you too can hear these loud, thunderous, crashing noises. Also, the sound of water and splashing water as well. And as you move on ahead, you see this small little, I want to say, kind of like an open, like sinkhole, quite rocky area. Lots of lily pads and flowing water as well. It seems to be emanating from a subterranean cave at the end of the sinkhole. And as you peel your eyes, you can see a number of large, fat, almost naked, humanoid creatures. Balding heads, big droopy faces, muscular arms, and big rotund bellies just sort of lumbering around. Two of them are currently having a fighting each other in the water. Another one is just currently scooping up water and dirt and mud and rock and just eating it. Another one is just sort of standing out in the ground, in the grass, like with his feet, like his bare feet in the grass. And he's just like he's sort of kind of laughing a little. It seems like that he's enjoying the grass is tickling his toes a bit. There's another one who is just currently hitting his head on a rock. Another one who is trying to rip out a few trees ahead, and there's one who is currently just sitting on a rock, who is fully clothed, with a bit of a head cap overhead, like long pointy ears, like long slanted nose, lots of stubble as well, and he's just watching all of them.
No one appears to be talking at the moment.
No,
Each other, even though
no.
I
mean,
bother
there's
putting a helmet on them.
Well, there's the two in the water that just go, "Fuck you! No, fuck you! Oh yeah, well, fuck you! No, fuck you!" And that seems to be the extent of their conversation.
Seems to be a party of very intelligent guys. You know, everyone's making a lot of sensible decisions. Banging your head on rocks, eating some rocks. I can't think of what I'd rather be doing with my time. Can I see anything down that sinkhole? Am I close enough to try and work? Do I see how deep it goes?
Well, I can show you the map if you want.
That's a Yas Queen from me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was a yes. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, that top left
Is
one
that your version
just...
of clothes, Jack, wearing a bondage set?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes.
say it's like a fucking gimp suit. Like it's you know the Chad meme, the really chiseled jaw guy? It's literally that, but in fucking ogre form.
Yep.
Chad ogre.
Yep.
I hate it with every fiber of my being.
Oh, I just fucking ran out of power on my mouse. Bear it back.
The Giga Chad, sorry. How could I be so foolish? It's the Giga Chad. What is this?
No, I understood that he said
Yep.
naked humanoid preachers, like, preaching, and I think it's creatures actually,
Uh-huh.
because it doesn't sound like they're preaching so much. And it took me like a whole minute to figure that out.
That's the top left one, by the way. 100%. No one can say otherwise.
Well, compared to the rest of them, maybe.
Have you seen his logo, his little icon?
He looks less bad than the ones in the water. At least he's got muscles and, I don't know, some tusks or something, it looks like.
He'd be happy to show you sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared of the smart one. He's too handsome.
Who said he was smart?
I'm scared of the clothed one. He's too handsome.
Golden butterflies or little gold nuggets?
So, Rennas, this is what you see. What would you like to do?
I would like to whisper to. In fact, well, can I even see River? Has she appeared next to me?
You cannot see her now.
River!
What?
Has that sinkhole always been there?
Yeah.
Do you know where it goes?
It goes into a little bit of a cave that goes into an underwater lake. Well, an underground lake. It's where we practice subterranean dark swimming training and combat under the water when you can't see anything. Intensive stuff.
You guys really train for everything, don't you?
We're warriors. That's what we do.
There's a few more giants here than I expected, but if we're going to try and talk to them, they don't seem the most intelligent bunch. Probably best to head back to the others. We'll bring them all up here and we'll approach as a full strength so they can respect our strength and might.
All right, I'll stay here and keep an eye on them. You go get the rest.
Okie doke, and I'll slink off.
Okay, you slink off away. So after a few minutes, the rest of you guys see Rennas returning.
So there's like seven giants down there. There's a big cave, but apparently that's normal. That's been there for a while. And it's just like leads down to an underground lake, but I didn't see anything down there. One of the giants is wearing clothes, a little bit weird, but I mean, I say clothes. It appeared to be some kind of bondage strap arrangement, but I don't kink shame even with giants. So yeah, they don't appear to be the smartest bunch. There was two fighting in a lake. There was someone literally just eating dirt and rock. Another person headbutting a rock. I'm not quite sure what he thought he was going to accomplish. So I don't quite know how well these negotiations are going to go because they're definitely not the sharpest tools in the shed.
You offend me by insinuating that eating dirt and rock is not civilized. That is a good part of Dwarven cuisine.
Well, that explains your cooking.
How rude. How very
Shots
rude.
fired. Shots fired. I'll get the evidence.
Have you successfully cooked anything yet, Korgrin?
Yes.
By
By
been
successfully, I mean, was it edible afterwards?
Yeah, one, maybe two things.
Like the chicken I saw fly out the window yesterday from what looked like your room. Actually, no, today. Was it today?
Don't
Earlier
know.
today.
Yeah, it would
Like-
be today.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain you still haven't cooked anything. Anyway, do you think that the one who's clothed in what I'm guessing is straps of leather, judging by your description of bondage accoutrements, do you think he's intelligent enough to actually converse with?
I mean, he wasn't saying anything or talking, but he was sitting there peacefully rather than trying to headbutt a rock. So, I mean, that works in his favour.
The fact that he's dressed, unless he looks like a slave and maybe someone else dressed him. Did you see anything humanoid? Like, our human-sized humanoid?
Nope, only saw the giants while I was there. River is still up there now.
Well,
True.
we can try and talk to
Verity,
them.
a message comes into your minds. Verity, let everybody else know that somebody else is here. Just come out of the cave. There's a message from River.
Message received. Apparently someone's come out of the cave. Like, I send a message back. Like, who? Like, what did they look like? Oh.
I think it's a knight.
Oh, God, it looks like they have a knight with them.
Well, time to go take out a knight then.
Hopefully it's a grey knight,
I've
not
heard
a
enough.
crimson one.
Is it grey or
Who's the
crimson,
Crimson
River?
Knight?
Is it grey or crimson?
Blue.
It's blue!
Blue.
Can we
haven't done-
history check that?
Can I keen mind that?
You've not met a blue knight before.
Matey from
Blue Wild
Green-
Magic Sorcerer.
So nothing
Matey
anyone does. Oh,
from
sorry.
Greenfold? What's his name?
Raphael.
Raphael had silver armor. Lorabeth had kind of like a greyish kind of armor, but that's just their armor set. Like many of the knights that serve Edgar, they have an assortment of between grey, black, red armor. What distinguished Edgar's troops is that they all wore red capes.
Okay. But did you say we've met a blue knight before or no?
No, you haven't.
No. Can I do it? Korgrin said, is there any way to do like a history check to know what kind of colours those gold are?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Anybody who would like to, if you're proficient, you can make a history check.
I'm proficient, but I'm not intelligent.
You guys know that if a knight wears blue or blue armor, it signifies that not only are they proficient in many forms of combat, but they are also generally masters of the arcane.
So we have a magic knight. Cool.
And
No
there's
idea.
no mention of blue armor in the War on Argoneth book.
I don't think so. Because I've been quite literally reading through it as we've been playing.
No, man. There's no specific mention to blue armor in.
What's Grace's armor would have been blue when we saw her, or did she have a special armor?
I think she was gold.
She had golden armor,
Okay.
but she was an angel at the time. So
I was gonna say, she was a little bit of an angel as well, so bear that in mind.
I guess there's only way for us to get closer and see if we recognize them, I guess.
It's definitely someone we can talk to, hopefully, if they speak one of our languages. But we have a decent selection among us both.
I have a big helmet
that's
too.
all. And yeah, there's a helmet, so he may not be able to understand us, but we can understand him. Or her. It's just a knight at the moment. Them. I shall call
Understanding
them
is half the battle.
Should we approach sneakily then? Like, do we want to just creep up? Just observe for a wee second before we just announce ourselves?
I mean, sneakily is the only way I know.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll cast Pass
Alright.
Without Trace then.
Okay, would everybody like to make a stealth check and add 10 to it?
21! Ha ha ha!
Korgrin, no, you don't have disadvantage because you're feet.
I remember.
42 from Russ.
Mm.
I'm no longer the stealthy boy.
Get fucked.
No, you're.
Well,
You-
my modifier is better, but apparently you don't roll dog shit every single time you roll stealth like I do.
Very true.
I mean, that she did roll a 19, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
the first time I can remember that I've rolled more than 10.
many thanks to Arrabella's magic stifling the noise. You guys are able to stealthily creep forwards, getting back to the same location that Rennas was, and you can see River has appeared and is crouching behind the rock, just watching the situation at the moment. She points it out. She sees you guys coming, just points you out to him, and just looks at it and says, "So, that guy up there, he came out of the cave. He waved his hands, and those two fighting ones, they bowed before him and stood aside. Now he's talking to the one in clothes."
Ooh, it's an edgy icon.
Can't hear what they're saying.
What do we reckon, the direct approach, or do we want to try and sneak round and get a closer thing so we can try and hear what they're saying?
I like that one.
Russ is still a spider. I could send him over and see if I can listen.
Russ is still a spider.
Russ is
You
still
mean Toby?
a spider. Sorry.
That's what I said. I was like, what?
I was like, am I?
You've been polymorphed. Make a saving throw.
Did you not notice?
You
No,
can polymorph.
No, I got worried that I'd really massively zoned out or something.
Zone back in. 30 minutes have passed. You're a spider now.
It's usually how my meetings at work go, to be honest. But
I'm sorry.
Zone back in. Yeah, good meeting, everyone. Yeah. See you later.
But yeah,
So,
Toby's still a spider if you guys want me to send him, try and eavesdrop.
How long would it take a spider to get across that river and
While.
up the rocks and up the hills?
Well, I can
a
bounce
while.
him 60 feet over there, I think. Like, where are we?
How stealthy can someone be while they yeet a spider as far as they can?
to be fair, you would be casting a spell, and therefore that would break your stealth.
Either me or Rennas can take Toby over there, maybe stop around one of the rocks, and then kind of get Toby closer.
I mean, it's up to you guys. We could just go up and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
I feel that's
mean-
how it's going to end up, this conversation, so it might be easier to start there rather than do all the sneaky things.
I mean, if
There's
you
a lot
guys
of
want to
frost
approach
giants,
Hill giant.
a hill giant, Arri,
Yeah, but there's still a lot of them, and they're very big.
they are big, yeah. Bet I can take down two of them before you.
Probably. I'm not even going to try and say I can beat you. You're second master for a reason. I am a ranger. So
You're big in spirit.
kind of got crushed this evening, but thanks.
Yeah, but from what your stories have been saying, didn't you kill a dragon?
Not single-handedly.
Working together,
we-
we are stronger.
Yeah, we have killed multiple white dragons as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Four, I think.
Five. I was going to say 5. I thought 5.
Oh, okay. It may be
I
5.
thought it was 4, to be fair, but I could be wrong.
Well, baby dragon.
Baby dragon twins and older boy.
Yeah.
The only dragon
my
I've
head.
ever seen is Yaris, and well, he's not a very pleasant dragon.
I've not seen a green dragon, to be fair.
Would you like to?
I wouldn't mind it. That'd be cool.
I can take
I'm
you to.
also-
I can take you to go see him when he's in the monastery. I know you don't have. You have a bit of an issue with him being kept in chains, but it really is for our safety.
Yeah, I've had the whole colour of dragon things explained to me again by the cleric, so don't worry about it. I get it. It's cool. I understand the reasons. I just, captivity. Not a fan.
I get it.
Agreed.
He serves a purpose, and this way we utilize his intended powers of death for life for everyone else. But we're not here to discuss
Yeah, hill
moralities.
giants.
Yeah.
Oh, I could pull out
well,
a card and cause a distraction if you guys wanted to run over there.
it's pretty dark. I can turn invisible and go wherever you need me to.
Shall we pop the spider on river?
Sounds like a plan.
You don't mind spiders, do you ever?
As long as they're small.
Bounce him on our head.
I'm a
okay.
warrior, and I can endure this.
It's okay. He's technically angelic.
I mean, sure, why not?
Anyway, someone hold me, and I zone into.
She wow, talk about playing the role. Really impressive.
Did she just misty step away or something?
Nice. Right, I'll be right back.
So, you go through. Verity, you lose sight on your own body, and you now start seeing through Toby's eyes, who is on top of River's head. River just kind of scoops him off and just puts him on her shoulder, where she can't like feel him. And she steps back towards the tree, and utilizing the dim light from the small shadow cast from the tree, she disappears. And from your perspective, Verity, the world has become like a dark grey kind of colour. Everything is shifting and manoeuvring, and before you even know it, moving as if you are one of the shadows, you appear over there. And the next thing you know, you are now by the rocks. From there, you move forward just by a few inches and casually observe the hill giant there. She says, "It's a little bit too risky for me to move ahead. I need a minute before I can do my bamfing again. We might miss out on the conversation. Do you want to scoot on ahead now and see what you can hear, or do you want to wait? By the way, I can't speak spider if you are speaking back."
Wait, no, come on. Wait.
Ironically, we heard that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I tried to unmute myself and it wouldn't let me.
No worries.
It worked right at the last second, but go on.
Spider Toby will jump off
Okay.
and like he'll just start scuttling over, avoiding the hill giant on the way.
Alright, can you have Toby make a stealth check, please, as a spider?
Yeah,
Because it's dark. Because it's dark and he's very small and they're very big, go ahead and roll this at advantage. A spider has got
it's only like +2.
+4 to stealth.
Nice.
Alright, so looking through his eyes, Verity, Toby is able to skirt underneath the legs of that big hill giant who is just kind of like he's bleeding down the face, but he doesn't seem to notice as he continues to hit his head against the rocks, going straight underneath and getting closer up to the two individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And they are conversing in giant.
So Verity, who's like blank face at the moment, is just going to be like, "They're talking in giant."
I wonder what would happen if we
Does
put
that
the
helmet require attunement?
Yeah.
I can't remember if it did.
I don't think it did.
I can
'Cause I think
understand.
the helmet of comprehension.
And also, would a helmet on Verity's head help her as a spider
Well,
to understand?
It's got the mental stats of the wearer, so like the mental stats of the person casting the spell. So I'd imagine, technically,
You see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears. So you would actually be any special ability that Verity has to understand things does not transfer over to her familiar.
true, but then it's coming through the familiar to Verity, so like she couldn't understand it as a spider.
No,
No,
what I'm saying is like, right now she's hearing as a spider, so everything that the spider hears that's what she hears. It doesn't transfer from the spider to her. She is the spider for all intents and purposes.
That's fine. I zoom out of Toby and bamf him out and send a message to River, saying like, "Had to get out of there. I can't speak giant. They're only speaking giant. Why are they speaking only in giant? Damn them!"
Because they're giant, and we didn't think about that, did we? I'm
I
on my
thought
way
about
back.
it, but I was hoping.
I can try and sneak forward. I'm pretty sure I can get that close. At least as close as River made it.
Go for it. You're the one that has the helmet at the moment anyway, so.
Okie doke. So yeah, I'll try and. Are
At
these
this
gaps
point,
jumpable here?
At this point, you guys see that guy begins walking away from the clothed giant.
Ah, never mind then.
He's coming awful close.
Direct approach.
Yeah, I
He's
think
a-
that may be best. Do you
he's
think
a
it's best if we all go though? Because I feel like that may be a bit. And don't worry, it
Oh.
looks like he's just disappeared.
Yeah, would he? Oh, never mind.
There's a gap
tunnel.
underneath that rock that he travelled through.
Ah,
Looks like he might be going back into the cave. Do we want to catch him before he goes?
yeah, that I'll shout. Excuse me. Sorry, guys, had to think fast. I'm not very good on my feet, and I'll go
So-
forward a bit.
Arri, as you look, all the giants, whatever they were doing, just stop and look at you.
Hi, hey there. Hi, nice to see you. Looking good for the
That
fight.
giant
Look-
immediately moves forward to eat you. Can you roll initiative, please?
Oh Jesus Christ!
They're dumb. What did you expect?
Like that, I wouldn't be big enough prey.
Are we all rolling?
I think, given
up
the
to you.
circumstances, we probably would because something's just trying to eat Arri. So
Like what I'm literally gonna do is disengage and run up to him and just be like, "Hey!" and try and talk to him, and hopefully, while I'm with him, they won't try and eat me.
It's just this guy and those
The one time
two
I don't
and
want a high
that
initiative,
one.
and it's like,
Oh, I forgot to select my token.
Oh,
Okay.
you're fired.
If you just roll initiative again after clicking your token, you then appear on the turn order, and you can just click on the number next to it, and you can change it yourself
Okay.
to whatever to the 20 that you just rolled.
I'm going to give myself a 20 billion initiative. Faster than light.
I don't want to go first. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet.
All right then. So top of the round will be Russ because you do have a higher dexterity modifier.
Yep.
So you see this Arrabella just trying to walk past that giant, and he just looks at him with a bit of a cock voice and just immediately moves down, like mouth agape, drooling, as he sees a much more meatier meal than the dirt he has been eating. You can clearly tell he's moving in with the intention to harm her.
So, with maybe a bit of an unusual move, I think I'll cast Arcane Hand,
Okay.
and I want to do that thing where the hand interposes itself between a target and an enemy, and I want to basically do like a stop sign in front of Arri and just be like, and hoping that'll just confuse him a bit or something. Sorry if that's a bit weird.
Creature you choose.
interposing
Yeah,
hand.
okay. Yeah, no, that's a good use of that, actually. So the hand just immediately comes into existence and just like forms a massive stop sign. So it's the giant just goes. Did you want to move anywhere, Russ?
Me, I'll move a little bit close. Sorry, I'm moving Korgrin. I'll move a little bit closer. Not too close, because I'm probably more spellcast or anything else. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll stay here.
All right, so it is Verity's turn.
It's going to eat my sister, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely moving to eat her.
Okay, so first off, level 5 spell, I'm going to cast Far Step on myself.
Yep.
Get myself closer to her. That's it. Let me just double check the... Oh, God. Let me just double check the distance I can go with Far Step. 60 feet. I'm within 60 feet. Just within 60 feet, so 60 feet to get to her.
Yep.
And then 2 sorcery points to quicken spell, Dimension Door is out of there.
Okay, where do you want a dimension door to?
Right up next to the guy, I guess, because that's where we
Sorry.
were trying to get to, right? Do that.
Are you willing to do that, Arri? Okay. All right.
To go,
So, Verity, go ahead and roll 2 T20s for me.
We're good.
Wonderful. Very good to go.
No
So-
Garoos throw today.
Verity appears beside you, Arrabella, just as this creature is just kind of like poking the arcane hand, wondering what the hell it is. And then immediately appears before that guy, who's like,
And
he looks surprised.
just in front of him, I'm going to be like, "Hey, can you tell your giant friends to stop? We just want to have a quick chat, if that's cool. Hi, I'm Verity. Nice to meet you. I'm Blue."
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh.
He says something in giant.
Harry understands giant, right?
Don't
No,
think
No.
I do.
Russ
No, it was Russ. Russ and I.
It's literally everyone else.
And Doty.
does. It is the giant's turn. So this guy's like, he's going to attack the arcane hand.
Oh,
Understandable. It's very, very terrifying.
27 to hit your hand, Russ.
I reckon so. Yeah, it has an AC of 20.
It takes 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I don't know how to apply that since I don't have.
Hit points it has hit points equal to your hit point maximum.
Which is 115.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the hand
Oh,
goes
yeah.
and sort of like
Okay.
it cracks a little, but maintains its position. And he's like, this guy just goes, sort of leans around the corner and sees you there, Rush, because he immediately picks up one of the rocks beside him and throws it at you.
Oh no.
That is a 20 to hit you.
Just hits, but I will actually cast shield.
Okay, so just at that precise moment where the rock is going to hit you, it bounces and blasts into a million pieces from your activated shield. And the guy's like, these two are going to Verity, you're going to get 2 great club attacks. First
Yay!
and second. 11 and 19.
19 hits.
You take 20 bludgeoning damage as you get almost pancaked by one of them, but you're able to get up and walk away from it.
Oh, I just said we wanted to talk. Why you gotta be mean?
This guy is 5, 10, and this guy's going to climb up to the top of these rocks here. Have a look around. This guy is going to throw a rock at you, Arrabella. 19.
Shield. So it'll take me up to 22.
The other guy over there is just going to hold his action for now. Right, that brings us to your turn, Arrabella.
Yeah, so I am basically going to turn to him and say in every language that I know, we just want to talk. Please call us off. If he doesn't understand any, what I'll do is I'll reach into my pocket, get out one of the white restoration flowers that I took from around Maltokyo, and essentially use Druidcraft to basically bring it to light and just be like, and basically hope that he knows that this is a power of, like, a flower of restoration, and I'm trying to say, like, we mean peace. Like, I'm, like a, I don't know, bread and roses thing.
Make a persuasion roll. His eyes narrow a little.
I'm hoping he can see just like the panic in my face, and I'm just like, please.
And as the giants move in to attack again, he raises up a hand and says, "Gulk!" The other giants immediately stop what they were doing. And they look towards the big giant up there. And they all start saying, "Gulk! Gulk! 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 Gulk!"
I put my helmet on.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what do Russ and I understand from that now that they're chanting it?
They're saying Gulk. Apparently that's a name.
Gotcha. They are literally saying the word Gulk.
Yeah.
Cool. That translates over perfectly.
Yeah, you get the feeling it's a name. I think on this particular moment, we'll suspend combat as the giants are no longer attacking. The other giant gets off of his rock and starts coming towards you. What? They want to talk. Too small. Eat them. They mean peace. Peace? Go bring food, then we talk peace.
Is that why you're here? For food?
We're here because Cadmus make us come.
Hatmiss.
He is referring to me.
Oh. Did you
Sir
bring them here for food?
I brought them here on a mission. My name is Sir Cadmus Aquawing. And that there is Gulk of the Hill Giants.
To which land do you belong, Sir Aquawing?
Sorry, what did you say?
To which land do you belong?
I belong to Windward. What land do you belong to?
I belong to Oakenheath. Unfortunately, it's not more than rubble now.
Ah. Yes, I heard about that. Terrible shame, waste of life. I would have done it very different.
Would have done what very differently?
Retrieving the keys.
Fair.
I'm sure if they had been approached in a manner of friendship and the situation explained, well, It goes beyond your understanding, I think.
Yes, I don't understand why you talk to keys. Are they sentient keys?
No, it's... You don't need to worry. If you come here in the banner of peace, then Gulk is the one you want to talk to. I am here merely as an observer.
Oh, well, I hadn't seen hill giants before, so I was curious, and I saw you, and I thought I'd be able to talk to you, and you'd be able to explain to me, because I haven't seen so many, and now I see one in clothes. But
The ugly, smelly beasts, are they not?
they're definitely very large.
The effective siege weaponry.
I normally just see battering rams.
Yes, well, imagine the battering ram could pick up another battering ram and apply some force to it. What an amazing weapon of war that would be.
I don't think much of war. I am but a lowly ranger, you see. My vassals are merely finding my food.
Yes, I imagine war is a little bit beyond a little girl like you.
Exactly. But no, I figured I'd come and ask why, and I feel like I should try and... I'm not sure if I could find food for you. I'll
just
try.
So you know, they will not let you leave unless you bring some sort of tribute.
Sorry.
I'd say, like... You go.
With the remaining time on my fire step, because it doesn't last that long, I don't think. I'll bounce up there to Gulk. And I'll take out one of my bottles of moonshine and be like, I've got this for now. If you want to try it.
And you hold it up to him. Make a persuasion roll.
It's happy juice. Why is all my persuasion shit today?
He gets down onto one knee and lowers his head down towards you, and his head is literally the size of your body. His massive hand reaches forth to take the bottle, and picks it up in his two little fingers, and just goes... breaks it. More.
Guys, do we have time to go and find more food?
What is the rest of you guys doing? Because you guys can see this happening.
Are we close enough to hear what they're saying?
Now that the giants are being quiet, yeah. It's a bit echoey, especially in the sinkhole.
I'll bring out 10 berries and cast Good Berry on them. They won't fill you very much, but they'll fill you for a day. Well, maybe 2 of them, judging by your size.
Make a persuasion roll, Arri.
This is where I'm gonna roll shit. Yeah.
Gulk looks down at those berries and just... Small food.
I am but a small girl. You know where large game is? I can try and find you some. I normally only catch rabbits and foxes for me and my sister, but if you know where big game is, I can try.
Little girls, good food.
With skin and bone.
Better than berry.
Blue, which usually means poisonous. Damn it.
Well, it appears that... Wait for Verity to come out.
Mm-hmm.
That was short-lived.
In and out.
I'm sorry, never mind.
So Rennas says, well, I guess the old saying, curiosity killed the cat, is very apt in this situation. Looks like your curiosity will not be enough to satiate the giants, and they do have ravenous appetites. It was a pleasure meeting you. He goes to walk away as the giants start
Out of the bushes, I will say in giant with thaumaturgy. You enter lands not of your own. This is stone land. You leave.
Make an intimidation check.
Fucking shitty tit piss.
The giants look over towards you. And the best response you get is that one of them just goes and farts.
Just under my breath. Fair. It wasn't very intimidating.
There
Fucking.
are more of you over there, says Cadmus.
I would like to duck down.
I would not recommend they get any closer, otherwise they will be subject to the food that you're about to be eaten of, so...
Just me and my sister.
I think time has come to cast my blade thing in my hand. Whatever the best way of saying that is.
Yeah. Drawing your sword from its magical sheath.
Bring your blade out.
Drawing my sword from the other blade.
Yeah. I'll stand out of the bushes. I'm not very fucking stealthy anyway. Just.
Redda, who is still invisible, is like shit.
I'll just.
She
Wow,
stretches.
she was so angry. She
She's just moving over here, getting into position.
I'll just kind of walk away so I'm not drawing eye to Rennas and, Russ. Just. You wanted food, no? Well, I can find you deer and tasty.
Bigger!
What's bigger than deer?
You!
Sir Cadmus is bigger than deer.
Just tink, tink, tink. Hard shell. Don't want.
Cadmus scary, no. Yes, I am scary. You don't want to eat me. No!
What if we were scarier than Cadmus?
Then we eat Cadmus. No, you won't. No, we won't.
And from a flavor point of view, I'm just gonna try something. I'd like to try a divine intervention.
Okay.
I'd like to make
do
a
you-
lightning. Yeah, I'd like to make a divine lightning bolt come down from the sky and strike Cadmus where he stands.
Okay.
There's an 11. What level am I as a cleric? There's an 11% chance that this will work. So wish me the best, guys.
Roll a D100.
Are we going 1 to 11 or 100 to 89?
Yes.
Okay.
1 to 11 is a success. So
Alright,
you
then
call
doesn't
out
answer my prayers.
you
You
call out
need
to
to roll the
Moradin.
D100s. I always roll shit.
Strike that guy with lightning. You assume that Moradin's currently on the telephone or something. He didn't hear
You get the like da-na-na, da-na-na. Shit.
I'll just whisper, Korgrin, it's not quite lightning, but I can hit you from here if you want.
Fuck it, sure. Arrabella, please, could you stand next to Cadmus just so I can see how tall he is, please?
I'm
Sure.
done with this.
Now, Renna, shoot.
Before he
Yeah,
goes, can I?
I will take a
shoot-
shot. I want to take a shot.
I want to shoot this guy when Cadmus was still by here, still just trying to go around the ogre as
Okay.
well.
Why are you hitting the ogres? They're friendly-ish.
Because I've got a force shot, and if I hit it, then everything within 10 feet of it also takes 2d6 force damage. He's
Oh, I
still
aim for
within 10
Cadmus
feet of it, to
directly.
be fair.
On my bush.
I think because of the situation, that is going to resume combat.
Yeah.
So, what I will now do is I'll roll for Gulk and Cadmus. Cadmus isn't really interested, but if you attack him, he will get involved.
I don't think we're getting these giants on side without taking Cadmus out.
No, head of the snake and all that.
And besides, he seems like a bit of a dick, so, no great loss.
Now, can we get rid of him in however many rounds that is? Maybe. Guess we'll find out.
Alright, so it is River's turn. Okay, so she is currently invisible. So she is going to... As a bonus action, she is going to Shadow Step. She is going to go over onto this side behind him, and she's going to strike him 3 times with her unarmed strike. They all hit.
Good to know.
6 is 12. So that's 20 points of bludgeoning damage. And she is going to spend a key point to make him do a Constitution saving throw against her DC, which is 15. No, he fails. So she appears on the other side, breaks the invisibility, jumps off of a rock, and does 3 spinning kicks across his face. And in that moment, he's just like, you see the eyes roll into the back of his head. He almost drops his great club, and he is stunned. And that is River's turn. Korgrin, you're up.
I'll call out, Sir Chodmus, Aquadick, catch! And I'll do a 6th level guiding bolt.
Wait, I thought I was the bard.
Well, this isn't a cutting words. So that's going to be a spell attack. Don't tell me if it hits, I may plus 10. Magic user, plate armor. Yeah, plus 10, 31.
He hasn't got plate armor, he's got, from what you can tell, splint armor.
I don't want a shield coming up. I'm gonna make sure this hits. It's a big spell. Should be 120 feet.
Okay. Alright, so you want a plus 10 that?
Yes. 31, please.
Alright. That will hit him. Go ahead and roll damage. "26 points of radiant damage." So it streaks forth, and as this Cadmus is just about to enter the cave, it hits him square in the back. He takes a few steps forward, and he starts radiating a golden glow as he turns around with a wide eye and just goes, "That was a mistake."
Your face is a mistake. And I'll just strafe off to one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if that counts as cover or whatever, but I'm there.
Yeah, I will consider it half cover.
Okay.
Hey, Rennas, it's your turn. You are considered stealthed.
Okay, Rennas would like to follow up. Oh, I'm just wasting your guiding bolt, unfortunately, because I already had advantage. But yeah, I'm going to follow it up straight away with a Manti bow shot at him.
I set it up for you
use...
anyway, so don't worry about it.
I will even use one of my magic arrows.
Alrighty then.
It doesn't do anything, it just has a magical effect.
23.
Impressive. The double one is impressive.
Well, the 23 hits.
Not a good impressive.
Okie doke. Boom. Oh, that's a nice sneak, though.
It is.
So that is 41, 51, 53 points of damage. And with the magic shot, that makes it a magical arrow, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So you fire for, and it streaks square into his chest. He takes a few steps back and just yanks the arrow out. That hurt him.
I imagine 53 points of damage fucking did.
Hope so. And then I would like to try and... How big is this rock next to me? Can I get over it?
You can climb up it. I'll consider it at because you're proficient in athletics. I'll consider it just difficult terrain for you.
Okay, I get second story as well, so I...
Then it won't be an issue at all.
Yeah, sweet. So I just want to try and get over the rocks and just get like a better position over here, basically.
Lovely. Okay.
And yeah, I'll leave that there. In fact, our bonus action, I will activate my bow, so I'm going to use any more. In fact, when did I do that last? Have we actually slept since then?
We haven't fought today, so yes, you would have.
Right,
slept.
okay. I know it was only a few sessions ago, and I know that in-game time... Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, so yeah, I will activate my bow, so it's now a magical bow.
Okay. Alright, so it is Cadmus's turn. Not like that.
He seems friendly and happy, right?
He's an understanding guy.
So he is going to in a diagonal line begin flying up. And he is going to go to there. Yeah, can you, Rennas, make a charisma saving throw, please?
Oh, apparently you can.
Fucking hell.
Wow, I actually... See, even
You
Jack's
actually
surprised
made
that I
it.
actually made a save.
You actually made it, yeah. Alright, so he goes to cast a spell. However, you feel your body shifting, not understanding what's happening. However, you shake off the effect and the spell breaks. And he doesn't like that. Doesn't like that
I don't
at
like
all.
strange men casting spells on me.
He is going to... He's got a couple of bonus actions. I'm just checking to see which one he's going to do. Right, so he is to use his bonus action to... He starts shifting, and he becomes like almost like a mirage of himself. You don't know exactly what he's done.
It's going to make him harder to hit, I'm sure.
Alright, it is Golk's turn. So, Golk is going to look towards you, Verity, and just go, "Sorry, Cadmus says kill. Cadmus is scary." Golk of the Hill Giants can do multi-attack against you. He's going to bring his great club down onto you twice. 27 and 16.
Both hit.
You take 45 points of bludgeoning damage. You almost become... Arrabella, you just see Verity disappear in a cloud of dust and rock flying up, and her just sort of wheezing out in pain.
Nearly became blueberry jam.
I'm just gonna look
Alright.
at Gulk and be like, "It's okay, Gulk, but I'm afraid you're gonna find that I can be a lot scared."
Verity, it is your turn.
Doesn't Russ go before me because Russ is Dexier?
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, Russ, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to try and triple Eldritch Blast Cadmus. Let me find it. Guessing Royce is home.
The first one will hit. The second one will hit, but he will reaction shield.
So who was there?
So the first one will still hit him. 14 force damage, not bad. Yeah, no, he's not resistant to that at all. Right, so the first one breaks through his shield and strikes him across the face. He did not. You can see a trickle of blood go down his face, and he just looks at you and just goes, "Who the hell are you people?" Right. Anything else from you, Russ?
No.
Right, Verity, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm just pondering. What was I gonna ask? Damn it. Oh yeah. So while we were talking, was it longer than a minute, or do I still have fast steps?
Yes, it would
Okay.
be long. It would have been way longer than a minute. Yeah.
Okay, so after my mild threat to Gulk, I'm gonna turn to Cadmus, and hopefully he has shit dex, and I'm gonna cast Disintegrate. Please have shit dex. Dex save, please.
Okay. He has got magic resistance, so he has advantage on this. 19.
That saves.
So you cast Disintegrate.
Fuck's sake. All the way to this, my 6th level. 2 sorcery points, quicken spell.
Alright then.
A fireball at him, level 5.
Okay.
I'm pissed!
The dex save. 24.
Saves, but he still takes half damage from that, right?
That's right, yeah.
Oh god, what's the level 5? What's that? Wild Magic Surge, we're good.
Like 10? 11?
Fireball's level 3. How many dice is it normally? Gosh damn it, why can I never remember any of my fucking...
The most memed fucking spell in the game, and nobody can remember how many
9.
d6s. It is 8d6, and it's
10
1d6
d6
per...
okay.
Yeah.
I'm pissed! Why can't I get a decent Disintegrate to land?
Oh, I'm sorry. If you hit one of the giants with it, they got minus dexes on that.
I know,
So
but
is
I'm hoping that
29.
they'll still be on our side after this.
29 reduced to 14. So the
Hopefully
first
the
disintegration
visuals look
flies forward.
scary enough to scare Gulk off my back.
So the disintegration flies forward. However, something about this blurry slight image of him just gives him enough of a precipitation to just deflect and cast the magic away. It hits the rock beside him, turning it into pure ash. And then just as he sort of smiles, that's when the explosion happens. He's able to fly away by about 4 or 5 feet or so, just avoiding the majority of the blast. And he's able to bring up his arms. So his armor takes the majority of the explosion, and you get the feeling that the fire damage didn't do as much damage as you were hoping.
Of course it didn't. But I'm hoping that the fireball itself was at least showy enough for Gulk to feel a little bit intimidated by.
Well, the 2 giants beside him are just like, "Ugh." Like they are amused by the fireworks. Anyway, it is the
And then I
Hillgiant's
cough up
turn.
blood.
So this guy is stunned. So he's going to. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw to try and be unstunned. What's her save? I think it's 15. Yes. So at the end of his turn, he shakes off the stunning effect. That's all he can do. This guy here is going to throw a rock at you, Rennas. 19.
That hits.
22 bludgeoning damage.
Can he dodge that?
You just whoa, but you still get hit on the leg for 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Right, this guy here is just like coming towards you, Russ, with his massive great club. He brings it down onto your head. 13. You just see it. He's just so slow. You just sidestep as he just onto the rock behind you, and you just see his arms go. Did not expect the recoil. Arrabella, you're going to get 2 great club attacks. 1 and 2.
Did that come through? Hit and a miss. No?
Yep, so the first one will be 21 bludgeoning damage as you jump to the side for the first one, but then the second one comes on and gets you in the shard. You're blasted away into a nearby rock, creating like cracks in the actual rock itself where you're impacted, but you're able to shake off most of it and just pluck yourself out of it. Whereas this guy is coming up, is going to swing up behind you, Verity, and hit you with a great club. 27 to hit you. That's 15 bludgeoning damage as he strikes you in the back with the club. Alright, Arrabella, it's your turn.
Okay, I am literally in a fucking corner. Okay. This will be fun. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Disadvantage on opportunity attacks.
Yep, so that'll be 2 at disadvantage. 14
Miss.
and
And a hit.
23. So as you swing by, he strikes you in your back, dealing 20 damage to you. He yells out. Rush, you
Yeah,
understand
fuck
this?
you two.
Rush, you understand is get back here, meal on wheels.
And I am going to bonus action Hunter's Mark. What's his face? Aquadic.
Purpose.
Yeah.
Glad Aquadic is stuck.
And yeah, I'm gonna get after him I'll go with my squib. Let's see how my squib does.
Okay.
I'll do 2.
The second one hits.
Okay, so I'll do a hit and 1d6. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Damn.
I wish
So
that
you
the lucky feat worked on damage rolls as well.
Yeah. He pulses a glow of energy and just blasts and disintegrates the arrow out of his shoulder.
Okay, and then I'm going to action surge because I need to get away.
Can he
And,
also make a Constitution save for fly?
He's not casting fly. He can innately fly.
Interesting. Never mind then.
So yeah, action surge, I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20. So I'm basically in the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and hit him again.
There's a strange smell coming from the cave. Can't put
Nice.
your finger on it. Yep, first one hits.
Cool. And because it's an action surge, have another
6.
d6.
So, hold on. So 6 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then add 10 to that. So that is going to be 28 points of damage.
Not bad for Squib.
really pales in comparison to my fiend bow and my activated oath bow, though.
Yeah. So as you strike him in the back, your bow is magical now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems to overcome any resistance that he has. And once again, he pulsates another energy that disintegrates the arrow from inside, from his body.
Bastard. That's me.
Alright, so River and Mountain is understanding what is happening, so she is going to make her way up here. She is going to take the opportunity attack from that hill giant. That is going to miss. So he swings, and she jumps and flips over it. And as she's flipping, 3 darts go flying out towards Cadmus. So 1, 2, and 3. 2 of them hit for 9 piercing damage. She will land there, and then she's going to spend a key point to do Step of the Wind, Patient Defense. And she just prepares herself. Alright, Korgrin, it's your turn.
So moving 10 feet forward, 5, 10. That should be enough for... so spiritual weapon, 4th level there.
Okay.
And while that's just getting set up, I will obviously just be making a string with it, so I'll do that now. That's a whiff. Spending rest of my movement, 15, 20, 20, 25. That is bonus action movement.
Yep.
Action to dash. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25. Action surge. Second attack with second bonus action from action surge.
Yep.
Even worse, loving it.
Just bouncing children.
Incredibly pathetic. Just spiritual weapon hasn't been doing me very solid recently. I'm noticing a trend. And then I will. No, I can't do that. I will Shield of Faith and do the thing that Jack loves so much and increase my AC to 24. And yeah, that's me. I'll just, the usual kind of everyone's taking a beating. Clang, clang, clang. Tasty dwarf dinner. Get your tasty dwarf dinner.
All right.
Supple,
Rennas.
tasty meat.
Rennas, is your turn.
So I will dive off the rock. Cleverly asking how high it is before I do that.
No, only 5 feet. So
Okay. And I can make it to there. I will attempt to hide behind said rock.
go ahead and make a stealth roll with disadvantage for reasons unknown to me. Right, 25. Okay. You have beaten his passive perception.
And I will shoot him with my magical manti bow. Oh my fucking god.
Plus 10.
So in 6 okay, thank you. But in 6 fucking rolls, I've rolled 1 half decent. That's just terrible.
You rolled
So
3
27.
ones in 6 rolls.
You rolled 5 rolls, I think, there.
He gets.
Oh, yeah,
broken.
no, I meant yesterday's manti bow before.
Right. Oh, I see.
Elven
Haven't used my
accuracy,
bow for-
broken bullshit.
Yeah.
3 advantage.
But this is
rolls.
why I have it, because I can't roll for shit.
I know.
need 3 attempts to hit him.
Literally,
So,
Rennas is good at Rennas is good at just a few things, and that's where you put literally all of your skill set. And then the things you don't put your skill set, that's when you get incredibly lucky, like when he tries to cast a spell on you.
So have
Well,
a
I mean,
26.
I do have +5 to my charisma save. So yes, a 26 to hit. I'm assuming hits.
That's right. Yes.
Thank you, Korgrin.
It's the last one for today, so make it count.
That's another 52 for him.
Okay.
My sneak is on point.
Yeah, it is. So you square. He backs away. He just coughs up some blood. He doesn't cough up red blood. He coughs up like a blackish, like ichor blood. Ugh.
Well, you don't look very human.
Can I do an arcane check to see if I recognize what that could be a symptom of?
Yeah, go
Being a
ahead.
dead ass bitch. Like a couple more rounds, maybe.
Certainly not normal blood, but beyond that, you can't figure it out.
He
at this
needs some milk.
Oh Lord, he needs some milk.
All right, so it is his turn. So he just goes, wait, Ogenheath, the keys. I must tell Edgar.
This is why I was trying to kill him off quick.
Quick Verity, whatever he does, counterspell it.
I am getting ready to shout counterspell. Don't worry. Level 5 counterspell.
On the plus side, if you went back and told Edgar, Thermal Tokyo, Edgar's reply would be, yeah, I fucking know. So.
Oh.
I'm aware, you bastard.
Korgrin, can you make an intelligence saving throw, please?
Probably not. I'm not
Level
good at this.
5 counterspell.
Level 5 counterspell.
Plus your charisma.
No,
Oh,
that
was
he's
the-
counterspelled. He counterspelled her counterspell.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck you!
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
he-
It was nice knowing you.
He's casting a level 8 spell on you, Korgrin.
Oh my god, spells as well.
That is
Hey.
a failure. Spell save
Oh.
DC 20.
Goodbye. I'm being portaled, I think.
Nope. Your mind becomes overwhelmed with a strange sensation. You take. Where is it?
It's a high ass DC.
You take 11 points of psychic damage. And your intelligence and charisma score has become 1. As he casts Feeble Mind on you.
What I'm hearing is that the rest of the party won't be able to tell any difference.
At least it
No,
wasn't wisdom.
Do you know what? Do you know the specifics of Feeble Mind, Zach?
I've used it before, but that was 2 years ago.
All right.
So I'll just look it up.
All right. Well, whilst your intelligence and charisma score becomes 1, you cannot cast spells, you cannot activate magical items, you cannot understand language or communicate in any intelligible way. You can, however, identify friends, follow them, and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days, the creature can repeat your saving throw against a spell.
30 days.
Yeah,
Every
that's
30
right.
days.
We have to
Alright.
hope he rolls a 20 one time.
Well, yeah, in 30 days.
No,
And,
after 30 days.
And as part of it, he is going to start flying away. 5, 10, 25. Actually, no, I'll redact his movement. He's going to go fly away towards Gunk. Yeah. It looks like he's retreating from the battle because of the amount of damage he's taken. Right, so it is Gulk's turn. He is.
He sees tasty dwarf dinner.
He's got 3 possible targets. I'm going to roll d4. Reroll that. Reroll that. Alright, that is Arrabella. So he's going to look at you, Arrabella, hiding by the rock. He's just going to reach down and pick up 2 rocks and throw them at you. 19 and 14.
A miss.
They both miss.
Oh no, hit and a miss.
You take 25 bludgeon damage as the rock comes. And he's going to call out to Cadmus, "Where you go?" Russ, it's your turn.
Oh god. I think I'm going to Misty Step over the giant. Let's see, Misty Step is 30 feet? Is it 30
30
feet?
feet, that's right. It's 30
Okay.
feet, yep.
Okay. And I guess I'm casting Triple Eldritch Blast again. I don't know.
Alrighty then.
I don't know if that's the best thing to do.
It's up to you.
What else you got? Sorry.
Hang on, let me look.
I've shit myself. I'm just not even gonna. I just lost bowel function in this process. I'll own that.
You literally become like a ravenous madman.
Oh my god. I don't know, guys. Help.
I mean, his AC can be pretty high. Do you want to try and get him with some spell saves? It's up to you.
Anything that'll stop him flying away, so either kill him or stop him or freeze him or charm him or something.
Blow his dick off.
Can you
Okay,
get the hand again? Can you grab him?
that's a good idea. Let's see, what can my hand do?
Movement to 0 with grasping hand.
Okay, yeah. I'll cast Arcane Hand and grab him.
Okay, what level are you casting it at?
It's only 5th. I don't have any higher level spell slots.
He's counterspelled this turn. Anyway.
Yeah, he just had his turn though. Oh wait, no, he hasn't. Yeah, no, he got his reaction back on his turn and he used it, so he can't do anything about it. Yeah.
I might be stupid, but I'm not stupid.
All right, so
Sick
the
of people
hand
flying away from
appears before him. What do you do with the hand once it's conjured?
Mm,
Like a tick.
I try to grapple him, and it looks like I have advantage on that.
Yeah. Okay, so that'll be his strength score. I mean, he's strong, but he's not proficient in athletics.
How do I even do this?
Well, it has a +8 to strength, so D20
He's
plus
not
8 at advantage.
He's not at advantage, so 12.
Okay, so that's advantage, but that's without the proficiency
Yeah, the
bonus in there.
15.
Yeah.
The 15, add all of that. So yeah, the hand appears and just grabs him in midair as he's flying by. He's stuck in the air.
And I think I can use a bonus action to crush him.
2d6 plus your
Yeah.
spellcasting ability modifier.
Nice.
It's under grasping hand. It's this bit.
Okay, so you crush it. You see parts of his armor get crushed. Bits like some of his shoulder blades just pings off. And he just yells out in pain. All right. So if there's nothing else from you, Russ, if you don't want to, so you don't want to move anywhere.
Yeah, that's my bonus.
No,
Yeah.
you can't do that. You just use your boat. You use your bonus action to Misty Step.
Oh yeah, that's why I wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
So wait, what is my range on the hand? Can I just stay in front of the giant and
No, you can grasp him. You just can't do the damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
All right, that's fine.
okay. So that brings it. So I'll redact that damage, and yeah, you can stay there away from the giant if you want. All right. So that brings us to Verity's turn.
4th level guiding bolt at him.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Don't you want to dip? You're being beaten to shit.
I'll figure that out later.
Your healer's dead.
I
Never mind,
know.
our healer cannot help you.
Sorry, one sec. +10. Where are you, guiding boat?
That's going to be a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. So at 4th level, that's how many d6 is that usually? Ugh, I'm so bad.
4th level, that's 4,
5,
5, 6,
7 d6.
7.
Fuck me.
+24 radiant.
Okay. So, as he's crushed in the air, he's trying to break free. You bring it, your eyes flaring up with pain and anger, blood pouring down your face. You fire it towards him. How do you want to finish him?
Blow his dick off.
His dick is currently covered by arcane hand.
Yeah, it's just like a combination between like the squeezing of the hand and the radiant energy going into him. And then like as he explodes, I just want to be staring Gulk in the face and being like, I told you I can be scarier.
All
Okay,
right,
hear me
so
out. What about like a radiant zit?
So as the radiant damage hits into the arcane hand, which was like kind of like almost blackish and bluish in nature, now starts glowing golden, and the crushing of the hand seeps into the body. It just goes, and you just see him disintegrate in a holy crushing fire. The hand itself explodes, as does his body. And Gulk looks down at you, Verity. Go ahead and make an intimidation check at advantage.
This very young human girl staring up at a giant going, "Rah."
Me.
He looks down at you as you look after him, like angry eyes, like crossed a brow. He just goes, "Oh shit!"
More of a cocky
He starts-
smirk.
Okay. He starts speaking to the other giants, to which Korgrin looks you done to understand, but you somehow understand the words, but you just don't know what they mean. And rushing on, he's like, "Fuck, guys! Stop! They just killed Cadmus! They'll kill us too!" To which the rest of the hill giants just stop and just go, "Oh, no!"
Praise be
And
deceived.
they back down.
I'm gonna hop on my broom, fly down to Korgrin, and I know it's gonna be a long shot, but I'm gonna try and do it. The spell magic on him. It probably
Alright,
needs a
so
restoration, but
you
I
cast
sneeze in
spell
your face.
magic on him. Korgrin, this blue girl that you know somehow is doing something weird with her hands, and you feel a tingling sensation, and you're not sure if you like it or not.
Bound chicka bow wow.
If her hand's doing this, I'd like to try and like interlock my fingers with her hands.
He interlocks fingers with your hands, Verity. He starts
Korgrin.
drooling a little.
oh, Korgrin.
There's a butterfly.
I'll just run down and call River over.
Try and grab the butterfly.
How much gold has Korgrin got on him?
Rennas, no.
What's the check to grab a butterfly?
Dexterity.
The dexterous dwarf.
As he's trying to catch his butterfly, I'll ask
What's the
River if
save?
her healers can do
Pretty much the
anything.
same. It's a 16. What do I get?
It's very fast.
Let me do like a
I swing at the butterfly. I'm angry at him.
No.
River just looks at him and just goes, "Oh, damn. He'd been... Wow. Can anybody do anything
He's the one
restoratively?"
who does. He's the one who does that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
Oh,
minor
damn.
illusioning like sparkly, pretty things.
Can any of
20
your healers
20
do
hit.
anything?
But he will hit the butterfly, by the way. All damage.
I obliterate the butterfly.
The butterfly just ceases to exist. All it remains is tiny little pellets of where its wings used to be.
I'm very
Murderer!
pleased with this. I start giggling and I sit down in the stream.
I mean, this is beyond the realm of normal medication and healing. He needs, as much as it pains me to say this, he either needs our training to clear his mind, or he needs restorative magic.
Does no one in the
Unfortunately,
temple have it?
no, because we are all key practitioners, and if something was like this was to affect us, we have enough training and self-discipline to remove the effect from ourselves utilizing our key, but we cannot do that in other people.
Do you happen to know any clerics?
Not in the temple.
I took
The
lesser
monastery.
I took lesser restoration and mass cure wounds, and neither of those will do it. So
We might be able to go to the Fox's Cunning, and perhaps they'd have a greater restoration spell. Scroll is a
Oh,
potential.
do we already have one in the bag?
I think we have a lesser.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there anyone in the monastery?
I don't think there is. Like I said, we're all key practitioners. You might have to check in Mel Tokyo.
I start growling as Gulk walks over.
Turn around. Don't suppose you got magic, clothed giant?
Yeah!
Do you have restoration magic?
Yeah!
Can you restore our dwarf?
Not
Yeah.
can, you will.
No.
Restore our
Yeah!
dwarf. I'm gonna
Yeah!
This is going to
Just
go
kind of
so well.
Korgrin's hand, like, come on see the nice hill giants, come on.
My hackles are up.
Let's go. It's okay. It's okay. And
like
then,
a dog that doesn't want to see another dog at the park.
does his restoration spells by chance involve his club? Because I'm not really too sure how to feel about this.
Yeah!
like, if he gets hurt, I can heal. Like with potions, obviously not spells. But like, it's worth a shot. Otherwise, we're dragging him around with us, or leaving him here with Bella.
All right, time to vote him out the party. No, I'm kidding.
Meet Korgrin's handsomer, smarter brother, Korgrim.
Grincore.
Who's probably a wizard.
Korgrim.
Oh. So, Arrabella, you lead Korgrin to Gulk of the Hill Giants. He looks down, a little confused at Korgrin. He reaches down, picks up Korgrin with one hand, and starts shaking him really hard.
Look down!
He puts him down. Better?
No, am I better?
No, you're really not.
Am I slightly dizzy? Do I feel sick?
You feel very sick. You just went on like a roller coaster.
Gulk?
Ah!
Russ, can you be here and help in case we need any language barrier translation help?
Yup.
But Gulk, can you tell us what Aquawing was doing here?
Training us.
What's in the cave?
Shit.
Literal shit? Or
As he
Or
says
just
that,
stuff
can I
shit.
confirm with what I smelt?
Yeah.
Because you did say there was a strange smell
Yeah.
coming from the cave.
Okay. So that was the bathroom. Cadmus was hanging out in the bathroom.
He was taking a dump.
Sad emo kid.
Is that going to affect this nice water at all?
Yeah.
Oh, they were
Said
going to
we. Yeah, said we had to poison something.
I'm sat in this and I'm just splish splashing as well, just as a heads up. Now that I've been put down.
Cadmus was knight. Brought us to train in formation. Said peasants were fine to kill. They ran away though.
Do you like listening to Cadmus?
No, not after what they did to my brother Gonk.
Aw, poor Gonk.
Oh no, I think we know a gonk.
We do, we think.
Cadmus has been utterly destroyed, Arri. There's nothing to search.
No? Okay, I was hoping you'd just kind of be goo and splint armor and clothes.
No, it was ash. He blew up.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm gargling my own spit at this point.
Oh god, Korgrin will get you healed in a bit.
Oh, knights come to giants and said we can eat all we want. All we have to do is do what they say. And then they started bringing all these weird things. Demons, Darrens or something.
just an army of Darrens.
Every Darren in the realm
That
conscripted.
doesn't seem very fair, Gulk.
Well, they said that we were big and we had to learn to fight in an army. And they started taking some of us, and they started changing them.
Not
Started
nice.
putting some of them. He said that they put Darrens in giant.
Well, do you want that to happen to you? Or your
No,
friends?
the Cadmus was scary.
Right.
Would you like
You're
to fight
scared.
an army against people like Cadmus?
What are we? What does that mean?
Well, you just said that Cadmus wasn't very nice to you. He's hurt your brother.
And we don't want to put
he
Darren
wanted you
in
to fight in an army. Yeah, he wanted you to fight in an army, but he was summoning all these demons and doing stuff to your brethren. All we would ask you to do is fight alongside us against. I mean, obviously he's dead, but he has more followers. A war is coming.
Make a persuasion roll, Rennas.
I mean, we can fight against them who kept taking us. We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and we
We
can
can
bring as
help
many
your-
people as you have.
We can help your brothers not be changed into Darrens.
Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it, guys? Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, I want to take a poo.
Okay, well, don't do it in the water.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well then we can go back to our clan and we can kill everyone there, and then we can take our clan and go to wherever you are.
That sounds great, Gulk. You're very smart.
Are there more knights there?
No, Cadmus was the only knight. A few soldiers and a few Darrens.
I'm sure you guys can beat them. Cadmus was easy for us.
Yeah. Well, Gonk was the boss. He was chief of giants.
Oh, poor
Now
Gonk.
Gonk is... Gonk, he never came back. They said he was going to the king, but they never said what happened to him. But now Gonk's...
It was Gonk
now
that we
Gonk's
fought
in
outside
charge.
the ice cave, wasn't it?
Yeah.
got
Verity killed Gonk.
I've got the
Oh,
crystallized
Gonk.
Yeah,
giant.
he was the experimented on / mutated.
Yeah, we don't
Hill
need to
giant.
confuse Gonk with that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, River,
Yeah.
I feel a bit concerned about sending Gulk and the rest of the giants away to our place. It's a bit far. Is there anywhere near here that you and the monastery can set them up and keep an eye on them?
I can arrange it with Suam.
They obviously don't want to hurt us anymore. They were just being threatened. And I'm sure, what you guys did with the village was very bad. We want you to help them fix it. And then apologize.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Gulk?
They don't know the difference between fixing and smashing.
No. Well, I want you to at least go and apologize.
What does that mean?
You say sorry. And you won't do it
Sorry.
again.
I will do it again.
You won't do it again, Gulk.
But I want to.
You won't do it there again. You'll do it to the nasty Cadmus people.
Alright, well, we need to go get our brothers and sisters, and then we can come back. Yeah?
I guess.
Yes, there will be
Oh.
someone here that will tell you where to go, and you can have a little camp around this area.
Okay.
And you will listen to them, or they will tell me, and I will come back to punish you.
Okay.
Russ, could you ask him how many of his brothers and sisters he's bringing, please?
Uh,
Because I assume most of this conversation has been happening because Russ has been translating and talking. So.
Yeah.
Because he barely speaks common, so.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask him. How many of your kind can you bring with you?
Not many hill giants left. They took all of the ones in inland and put them in the same place. If we get them all, we can bring 100 and this money.
And mentally, he counts up to about 150.
It's pretty good.
Wow, I impressed you can count that high.
Is that as recruiting 150 hill giants?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well, they'll be really, really happy that they don't have to follow the knight's orders anymore.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing, though, Gulk. You can't eat any of the people here.
I'm sure
Well,
if you
that
don't eat
doesn't
them, they can
seem
give you
fair.
food.
Well, that seems fair.
You
We
know,
will
I'm-
arrange food for you. We'll make sure you have food. But yes, no eating people.
All right. Everyone, you're not allowed to eat people.
Neither are you, Gulk.
What? That's not fair.
No people.
Okay. Are you people?
Korgrin just goes, bad!
oh.
Is bear people?
You can eat bears. But not really hairy people.
Oh, okay. Are elf people?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is dwarf people?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone who looks
Okay.
like us, and others as well, are people.
Telling you to
Alright.
eat nights.
So don't eat anyone who looks like you. Got it.
Hold
Unless
on,
they've
no.
got a red cape.
I'm pretty sure
What?
River will be able to get monks over here to keep an eye on them to make sure they don't eat any people.
Yeah, we won't let them eat anyone.
And that,
That's good.
they're fed and ready for the eventual shitstorm we're going into.
Well, we'll see you in a few days then.
Oh, Grant. Elk.
Okay.
And
Well,
I pat him on the knee because I'm pretty sure that's the highest I can reach.
Mainly his shin, actually.
Yeah.
You remember, you are a small human.
Yeah.
oh.
You do good, Gulk.
Make No, he's gonna make an intelligence check because he doesn't know what that means. He assumes
You're not
you're
a smart.
attacking, and he's going to kick you.
Okay.
He's got +8 to this.
If this knocks you
Hit.
unconscious, I will be fuming.
This is going to be. It's an unarmed distract, so it'll be 1 plus. Well, he's a huge creature, so it'll be 3 plus his strength, which is 5. So that's 8 points of damage to you as you are booted away.
I
I'd
thought
go.
we were friends.
Yes, we are indeed, buddy.
Why'd you hit me?
I was trying to befriend. I'm.
You hit friends? Okay.
He turns to the hill giant next to him and just punches him across the face.
Ow! Oh, I like you
I
too.
was being too silly.
Bit lighter than that, Gulk.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Arri.
Yes. I. Yeah, shall
You got
we?
the flowers, don't you?
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe trying to find a herbalist to see if they can turn these flowers of restoration into something. I'm not sure what they'll do if we just give him them to chew. Can I do a nature check to see if a flower of restoration will do anything?
Of course.
Or would it be a medicine check?
Because it's specifically the herbs that you're referring to, it is a nature check.
Okay.
You know the herbs do have restorative properties. You don't know if they're the properties you need to cure whatever has happened to Korgrin.
Is it in the book I picked up in town? Because I picked up a herbalism book in Kit, didn't I?
No. This is what's happened to him is not a straightforward illness. This is a magical effect.
Oh no, more about the flowers.
Well, the flowers. Well, you'll need more of them to synthesize something very potent. But a singular flower could it serves well as like a simple remedy for the cold or ear, like stiffness of the joints, stuff like that. It can also help like revitalize you a little bit. So effectively, if you had a point of exhaustion and you took tea made from this flower or some form of medication, it would take away that point of exhaustion.
So I'd need
That's
a lot
what-
more than 6 flowers.
Yeah.
Can I guess at how many more?
Well, 6 flowers is worth enough to take away 6 points of exhaustion. But if you want something more potent, you need like a lot.
Like I
like,
want something
dozens.
greater restoration potent, if I'm completely honest.
You don't know if these.
I reckon the Fox's Cunning is a place to,
Yeah,
to
you
try.
don't know if these flowers would have that kind of effect. You need a magical effect to end this magical thing.
Mm.
This, as River said, this is beyond their medicine.
I guess
Okay.
let's go to Mel Tokyo and find a cleric or something, or the Fox's Cunning.
I get the feeling the Cunning would definitely be the best place.
I try and
River-
slide on my shield and slide down the river.
River, you should
Wow.
probably head back to the monastery and get the monks and tell them that this river might be a bit contaminated.
I shall do that. Fortunately, we have. Well, this is where Yaris would come in. He would be able to purify that contamination.
Whee.
Could Yaris do Great Restoration? Get a dragon to do it?
Whee.
I don't know if he can do magic, I'll be honest. I don't think he can, but I've never asked. Well, in any case, it is night time, so I'm gonna head back now and let them know that the giants have moved on. Or are you guys gonna move on
Yeah,
anytime soon?
yeah,
Now?
yeah.
Verity, maybe you tell them to leave. They seem to have formed a bond with you, or at least until they kicked you.
Elk, go and get your brothers.
Okay. Well, bye everyone. It
See you
was
again,
nice
Go.
meeting you.
And
Bye,
like,
Gulk.
is the most threatening glares to all of the hill giants who, like, stupidly wave at you.
A bee.
Uh,
So, in
As if
terms
they were
of
being
your...
trained to stay in formation. They were in perfect formation, then moving away.
Yeah, that's what they were here for. So, in terms of your war assets, guys, you have acquired 150 hill giants.
I mean, that sounds like a
Definitely
nice
loves
little
the
addition right there.
Who needs clerics when you can just beat the problems until they become solutions?
They are. So yeah, they're going to go kill everybody who's training them at the moment, and those people are going to have like absolutely no idea why they've lost control over these giants that they've been training for a little while. But they'll head back, and yeah, they're effectively living siege weapons. So
Let's hope that the people training them weren't necessarily bad, but weren't necessarily good.
they were
Oh, no.
Edgar's forces. So
No, I did, whichever way it works. I'm stupid at the
war,
moment.
war is war. It could be bad. They could be good. You never know.
Hopefully, the monks will be able to learn some of Edgar's tactics from them as well.
I wouldn't be so sure about reverse engineering that.
Well,
The
like, you know,
giants.
they'll just be like, hey, what did you do? And then like they do the formations and stuff. And they'll be like, okay, so that's what Edgar's teaching them.
Basic warfare to make sure they're not so uncontrollable
Yeah.
in the battlefield.
Boo!
I mean, it's the sheer concept of it is probably why Edgar and the king are doing it. Like, they are hill giants, weaponized giants that fight for you is something any general would want. And you guys today have taken it away from them. Anyway, so I'm just going to say, for the sake of brevity, River on Mountain will go back to the monastery. She will inform Suwon Patti. You guys head down to the Fox's Cunning. They do have a spell scroll of Greater Restoration there. As is.
I lick the fox.
I can learn the
the
spell.
furry one. What does he taste like?
Hold on. Let me where's the Fox's Cunning?
I'm getting very like animal toe bean, cheesy what's it kind of vibes. Unless they're very hygienic, because you know they can wash their hands.
I'm just glad you didn't try to lick the skeletal one, to be honest.
I haven't moved on to him
Skeletal.
yet.
Not skeletal, skeletal.
I say skeletal.
It's wrong.
I say a mistake.
That's what Korgrin would say at the moment.
You say skeletal.
Skeletal.
She says skeletal.
I'm still going to say skeletal. I don't care.
I'm slobbering all over the bone man's bone.
So yeah, they will sell you a Greater Restoration spell scroll because it is 5th level. They will sell it to you for. Just need to double check. Monsters manual on this one. Sorry, not the Monsters manual. The Dungeon Master's Guide. Not very often I have to pull out the book.
Oh lord, I can hear the kitty.
He's been purring this whole time.
It was today that I learned that butt pats are a sexual thing for cats.
Oh. So was I. As in I just learned now.
You're welcome. Curse knowledge.
Oh no, what? My kitten's too young, I think.
They're never too young.
Hold
Well,
up.
I mean, I took him to get castrated 2 weeks ago, and the castration failed.
Well, like cats are born assholes.
What, like,
How did it fail?
yeah, does he have balls of steel? Did he succeed on the saving throw, or
No,
what?
his balls didn't drop yet. He's literally a baby.
Oh,
They're just hiding, so he got anesthetized for nothing.
Yeah, this one's gonna be 4,000 gold pieces.
Oh, come on, you can do a better deal with that. I mean, like, we've literally just saved the city from a horde of hill giants outside. Your shop probably wouldn't even be here if we hadn't intervened. You can do a better price than that. Come on.
The old man just goes,
Yeah, we probably could, but you still haven't
Could you make
played
it-
our little game.
We're trying to play your little game, but so when Otti says hi,
I point at the fox on the left, the fox.
the tabaxi.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Hello, little man. You're very drooly today, aren't you? Ha ha.
Fox.
Well, if you could do us a better price on that spell scroll, we could stop him doing that.
Alright, go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
I
Rennas.
also mentioned Stone Putty. So no, no, that helps.
Yes, Swan Putty was very good at dropping prices when we went shopping with Otti.
The DC's been adjusted.
Would me trying to chew things lower the DC or higher the DC?
Higher the DC.
Okay, good
You
to
wouldn't
know.
be doing things because we
Well, no, because they would see that you really, really need it, so therefore, hey, if there's a demand, they can up
Oh
the
no,
price.
it was more of a, oh fuck, he's damaging the goods. Quick, get him out. But fair, I'll just nibble on a thumb.
Yeah,
It's not my thumb.
Quick, fox haggle!
The tabaxi and the skeleton and the old man just all start like huddling and whispering to each other.
3,000 gold pieces.
Can I listen in to see who has more dominance over the conversation between the three?
Make an inside check.
Am I in that state? Can't imagine. So. Ooh, nice.
Right, so none of them have particular dominance over each other.
Fuck's sake!
Wait, there's a but.
Magic Bower.
You get the feeling that the tabaxi was the one that wanted to charge them more, and the skeleton was the one that wanted to charge them less. And the old man wanted to charge the same, but with a trade. In the end, they decided that it would be a good idea to lower the price and try to incentivize you guys to buy more things. So they went with the skeleton on this occasion.
Skeleton, are you by any chance the fox? Because you were able to convince the other two?
If I was, that's a guess, that's not evidence.
Not guess. Like, I heard your conversation. You managed to convince the other two to go with your idea, so...
Yeah, because it's a sound business strategy.
I know,
A
but
cunning
if you're
strategy,
all...
one might say.
But if you're all, like, intelligent and cunning, surely the one who gets their way would be the most.
Yes, but we all get our way on occasion.
I guess this isn't it then. Don't worry. 3,000 gold, do we have that?
I have 1,669 worth on me.
Nice.
I mean, we
Anyway.
definitely have it in the party loot.
Party
obviously,
loot
it's
definitely
here.
the party definitely has it, so you can take it out of the party loot and then just adjust it accordingly.
Okay. We'll let Mama Otti know.
Now these three
She is aware.
individuals do notice you, Russ, and they say, Oh, the old man just goes, "Oh, this is your first time to the fox's cunning, is it not?"
It is.
Okay, well, please enjoy yourself around here. And like, as you've been observing the store, Russ, you can tell there's all manners of magical items here and potent things. And they go on to explain that one of us is the real fox. Yes, yes, the real fox. And the tabaxi goes on and says, "If you can successfully determine which one of us is the real fox, then you may choose an item here for free, anything of your choice." And to which the skeleton goes, "Yes, but you must provide evidence as to which one of us is the fox. The guesswork, like your friend just did there, is all fine and dandy. Intelligent guesswork, as it was. It's intelligent guesswork, but not evidence."
Hmm. And by the fox, they mean like an actual fox, or is the fox a character?
The fox is one of them. The name of the store is the Fox's Cunning.
Mm.
And it is proprietized by the Fox. However, all three of these individuals call themselves the Fox, and they have a competition that if the first one of their patrons who's able to successfully identify which one is the Fox, that will get to choose an item of their pleasing within this store. They have a number of items available that ranges. They've pretty much got every single common and uncommon item there is. They've got a number of rares. They've got a select number of very rares, and they have a couple of legendary items.
Okay.
But this is probably the hardest puzzle that I've presented to the party, and they have no idea how to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how many layers there are to this. You know, it's kind of.
Where's the ogre? Where's the
We
onion?
haven't gotten anywhere with it.
Yeah.
However, you guys purchased the spell scroll, so you now have that in your possession. 3,000 gold pieces. Now, who would like to use the scroll?
I'd say maybe me, since it's within my spell list anyway. I just don't know it, but it's within.
Cleric?
No, I'm a bard. It's a bard spell as well.
It?
Yeah, I just didn't take it like an idiot because I assumed the cleric would have it.
I'm just gonna.
The cleric does have
Oh, he does.
That's the sad part. The brain dead cleric, however.
You're right. Yeah.
Like when my paladin
So,
died, and the only person who can whack was my paladin.
What is the highest level that you can currently cast?
5th
Russ?
level.
And you can cast it without issue.
All
You
right.
don't need to roll because it's within the spell list of spells that you can cast, and it is of a level that you can cast. Therefore, no check is needed.
Okay.
So
can we
Russ.
restore Korgrin to his former self?
Yeah. So Russ, you go up to Korgrin. And Korgrin, this strange dark-haired elf, comes up to you holding a pretty piece of paper. He reads from it, and the scroll radiates a violet shade of orange and yellow.
I'm panicking. What is this? What's happening?
As this magic spreads forth and washes over Korgrin's brain body. And your mind returns to you, Korgrin. Your intelligence and charisma scores have returned to normal.
I'm never going to let you get over obliterating the butterfly, and I really hope you can remember doing it.
Felt like a bad dream, Korgrin.
By
What, did
Moradin's
something happen to Korgrin? I didn't know.
fuzzy bollocks! Why does this shop smell like shite?
That's because you
Excuse
sat
me?
in a lake full of shit. I'm sure if you ask Verity nicely, she'll do prestidigitation on you.
Fox, what have we told you about using the kitty litter? I find that extremely prejudiced and racist. You're a cat. Who cares what you think?
I just leave. I would say just leave.
So Korgrin leaves, and the rest of you
I'm
follow
waddling,
onwards.
waddle running back to the fucking monastery.
Yeah, you guys travel through the night, making your way back to the monastery, eventually finding your way back to your dormitories, and after a night like tonight, you all fall into bed and collapse and rest, ready for whatever tomorrow is going to bring.
I would
And
like to
we'll call
just
that a
add,
session there, guys. Yeah.
after I wash up, I'd just like to slide a little thank you note under Russ's door, and then just hide again.
So, but with that, we'll call that a session, guys, and we'll get back to it next week.